The way he knew, and he went in like, I'm gonna fucking knock him out.
Yeah,
Dude,
so essentially,
not just that. Sorry, go ahead, Brooks. You'll explain this.
He it's not just that he knew. The man apologized profusely. Everyone explained the situation, tried to shake his hand several times. He refused. And as soon as he knew that he was going to get the opportunity to get him back, is when he accepted the apology. So it was completely him deceiving him. Yeah, it's premeditated. In my video, I prove that. Like anyone who's a lawyer, just go watch that. All the proof is right there. It's the definition of premeditated. And then the type of assault that he inflicted on this man, it's horrifying. It's one of the worst beatdowns you ever see. It's one of those things that just it shocks you to your core when you see it at the first time.
Yeah, for the uninitiated in the chat, we are discussing the Rajah Jackson incidents that occurred about a week and a half ago now at this point. This was the beat down that occurred at an amateur wrestling ring in California. Rajah Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson, the UFC former light heavyweight champion. Is that correct?
Yeah, former light heavyweight champion in UFC and former Pride legend. So he's a real veteran, a real legend of the sport.
He was hit in the head with a can of beer that was empty.
No. It was a prop can. It was full of air. That makes it even worse.
I heard from Jim Cornette, who is the person to listen to when it comes to wrestling anything. He said there's no such thing as a prop can. It was a real beer can, but it was empty.
Okay. So
I'd have to take Jim Cornette's word over it. Yeah. But anyway, so he got hit in the head with a can because the wrestler thought that he was working, as in he thought he was just setting up an angle. Rajah Jackson did not know that was what was happening. But the man who hit him in the head apologized profusely. He apologized multiple times. And when Rajah Jackson was informed that he'd be able to get his back in the ring, as in they would set up an angle for him later that night, that's when this piece of shit accepted the man's apology, knowing what he was going to do to him.
Yeah. It's the manipulative, the manipulative aspect of it. Like I can understand someone losing their temper, and even if he snapped then, it wouldn't have even really been a big story. But like taking the apology and then waiting hours and hours and like just getting trolled by 12-year-olds into doing something that's so fucking ridiculous. Like there's literally a part where he gets angry because someone's like, oh, you think he's stronger than me? You think he's stronger than me? Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm talking about like the most insecure display of just pathetic.
Really pathetic.
Just the way he let his ego ruin his life is incredible.
Because he let himself get slammed because he thought it was a wrestling move.
Yep.
Didn't he?
Yep.
It was a real beating, man. It was
he was supposed to go in, double leg him, which would be just to gently take him down, and like a couple fake punches. It's supposed to be a simple thing. He picked him up in the air, and if you look at the picture, the guy in the back, that expression, he had that before the slam because he knew from the positioning that like this is too much. Slammed him unconscious, so he's already out before the first punch, and then hit him 23 times full force. So anyone who thinks it's staged, just watch the impact of the punches.
Do you think the police have never had such a better case? You've literally got every
he's still free.
That's the thing that I think part of the reason Cynic is bringing this up tonight is that the fact that this guy is still free, hasn't been arrested. The PR from his father has been pathetic, and the internet, I wouldn't say they're split, but it's not unanimous that this guy is an attempted murdering piece of shit. There's an MMA channel I watch called MMA Guru, who's one of the most popular ones right now, and he's being called a racist for referring to this guy as a dumb animal who belongs in a cage. And that's part of the reason I made my video and quoted him, because he's a dumb animal that belongs in a fucking cage. You know what I mean?
If anyone's interested, I did put in the chat the GoFundMe for Psycho Stu. He is now out of the hospital. This is an after picture of he was in the hospital for over a week. All those missing teeth are from this devastating attack. But the GoFundMe is there. It's already up to an astronomical figure, so that's pretty great. It's wonderful. A lot of great people donated. I saw like Mr. Beast donated, even Chris Jericho donated. So that's pretty cool. But Rajah Jackson needs to be put in fucking prison.
Yeah, that's the cherry on top of this. The whole thing needs. It's just for the amount of people that this is going to touch, from fighting to wrestling to streaming worlds. Totally. Everyone needs that cherry, that the storybook ending, and he needs to be held accountable for this. There's so many people that are watching and following this story. So.
Bonesaw is ready. I did listen to Jim Cornette's take. It was 100% spot on.
What's the legal case for sending him to prison? Because I'm terrified that a prosecutor might let him plead down with like premeditated assault, and then he gets a suspended sentence. Because then the prosecutor will threaten with attempted murder, and he'll say, no, I'll plead, and he pleads, and he gets away with it. I could see that happening. I don't know. I mean, if there are any legal experts in the chat, let us know. Like, is this guy likely to go to prison? Because I'm terrified that this piece of fucking shit is gonna get away with it, and like he's a ticking time bomb. Like,
absolutely,
he's gonna turn around and kill some kid in a nightclub or something. Someone. He absolutely will, because this guy, Roger Jackson, he was trained to be an MMA fighter. He had one fight which he lost because he obviously doesn't have the discipline to become an elite fighter, because he's a fucking moron and a streamer, and he is, the brain of a fucking goldfish, probably. So he failed to live up to his father, the great Rampage Jackson. And he obviously has an inferiority complex because of that. And all that pent-up rage he has taken out on Psycho Stu here. Yep. But somebody else is going to get it eventually. Like this guy, he needs to be put away until he's mellowed out a bit. A good 10 to 15 years is what he needs.
See, it's funny that it's not funny, but it's interesting that you're saying that so accurately, and you haven't actually watched the stream in full. When you see that with the full context, every comment he makes, it's shocking. It's sadistic, shocking,
man.
It's as shocking as the visual of the beatdown when you see his mind state throughout that hour. And that's one of the main reasons I made the video, is to try to really highlight that part, because it's gross, and too many people are trying to just focus on the video and the attack itself and make different excuses. And like even Chael Sonnen saying that, we don't know if this was part of the act. It depends on what Stu says when he wakes up, like trying to approach it from that angle, when we all know what happened. So
yeah, I'm really curious if the fact that it's wrestling is what's holding this up.
Well,
like, people just don't understand the nature of the business, and that this isn't the nature of the business. This isn't what happens. It's not real. It's, you know what I mean? Nice.
The organization is trying to cover it up. That's one of the things I confirmed through the research is they're telling a lot of the people there not to talk to the police, and just try to they're trying to keep it under wraps, yet still benefit from the promotion from it. It's a dirty little game they're playing right now. So that, in addition to the fact that Raja hasn't been arrested, makes this topic still pretty fucked up.
Well, yeah, like they've got literally the build up to the crime, him admitting to the crime. They've got the crime on camera. Do they film him after he leaves? Is he still live streaming?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I went escaping from the crime scene.
Not even that, Reaper, not even that. You have him saying, I'll quote him, "I'm going to hit him as many times as I can until they pull them off me. And once I do what I'm doing, I'm leaving." So not only do they have the escape, they have
conspiracy to commit crime.
You have everything.
And he's not repentant afterward. Like, they're still streaming and he's going, "I'm tired of being called a little fucking bitch." By the way,
it's like this has
Jackson,
nothing to do with what actually happens. It's all the pent up rage this cunt has.
It's his ego completely destroying him. His insecurities about his father, the big shoes to fill, the pride that he has to have a can of nothing, just destroy him like that. And at the end, his main concern is whether or not his chat still thinks he's a bitch. That's the main thing he wanted to check.
Oh, no, he is a bitch. Like, let's just be clear about that. He's a total bitch.
What were we saying on Tuesday, Jedi Brooks? This man has no penis.
Yeah, you should have your dick revoked after something like this. You're not a man anymore. It should no penis. It should just fall off like ash. That should be one rule. If you break man code like this, because this is that's the type of beatdown you do to someone who killed your family, someone who fucking, did some horrible act to you. That's the only way I'd look at that and be like, okay, I can understand that type of rage. Not a can. And what makes it,
or it's in the moment, as you said. It's like you're having a fight and a fight breaks out, and that's fine. But a premeditated, planned, plus the guy's got his guard down.
Yeah. The dude let him pick him up. You can see in his face he's smiling. He thinks it's part of the act until this motherfucker slams him and knocks him out instantly.
See, that's the really disgusting part. Is like you didn't
so
fight.
Gross, man.
It wasn't just a fight that got out of hand. It was you planning to literally jump to do that.
He had almost 90 minutes to calm down, and he does. During the stream, two of the timestamps I found was him genuinely laughing at something like with the cameraman. Like he wasn't like heated and agitated the entire hour. He was cool, he was laughing, he was waiting, and then once he saw the guy, he's shaking like a wild beast, like waiting to do something. He says, "Watch what I'm gonna do to him," at least like 5-10 times. And it's just all there. And I find it interesting that you go like a few days, or like a few like weeks, I think, before this. He got hit in the head by a training partner and it was on film. So basically something that was potentially way more dangerous and way more embarrassing, but he forgave that guy, no problem. But this stupid can made him like want to murder someone over nothing.
What does this 25-year-old man do for a living?
Stream.
Well, he did stream on Kick, I guess, for a living. Not anymore. They banned him.
Kick. Why would anyone give a fuck about Roger Jackson? What's the draw for his
dad?
That's dad.
It. Yep. That's
his dad is famous in a way where people will be fascinated in Roger just because he has his genes.
So he's
like,
just
what's he gonna do with him?
Just a nepo baby streamer. That's it.
It's 100% nepo baby.
So he's basically he's Jaden Smith, but MMA.
Yes.
That's
Jaden Smith has done acting. He's more successful.
Yeah, he's a shittier version of Jaden Smith. Yeah, you're right. He's 0-1 as an MMA fighter. Jaden Smith at least probably had some movies that were received well.
He was in Karate Kid.
A few super chats came in. Let me read them real quick. Gemai Cha says, "Here's some money, Cynic. Thanks for the streams." Thank you for the super chat. Teflon Dong. Did y'all see the video of Raja blaming his cameraman? I did. However, that is actually out of context. It was another situation that he was being in a complete piece of shit about and passing blame off to his cameraman for. But it didn't actually have to do with the with that. It was another situation way prior.
Yeah.
Ben Sila. All right, it's after dark. Time to bring back the topic of itchy rings. That's you, Reaper. I had that occur earlier this week, and wow, did it feel good to scratch that thing? Jesus Christ.
It's not a common thing. I mean, if it's common, you probably got hemorrhoids.
TGB Monster. Hi, everyone. After dark. And he was first, by the way, as always.
How is he always first?
I don't know.
Always first. Always first. Also, Bonesaw is ready and Dave L. You are moderators now. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I gotta set up.
Yes, Dave, shocking. He's a piece of shit in more than one setting. Believe it or not.
It's just it sucks. It sucks in a lot of ways because Rampage, as bad as he's handling this PR, he doesn't deserve having his legacy tainted by his son being a psychopath. Because he's got one of the most famous slams in MMA history, and any time you watch that now, you're gonna think of this incident, which just sucks. It sucks to have that like just attached to his legacy in any way.
Platoon, did any of this news reach you?
I think I saw the video and I then forgot about it. So
right, I was wondering how far and wide it reached, though, if it even reached out to a little Platoon.
Well, yeah, it's got around to a lot of places, but like unless you understand all the context to it, like I can understand you just forgetting it. Just seems like another assault, right? But
yeah, another assault, not a big deal.
I see people get killed every day on Twitter.
Yeah, you get desensitized to it after a while.
I just assumed it was an asshole doing an assholey kind of thing, or it was a wrestling setup, one of the two.
I have seen a few people in the chat saying things like he's going to be protected by his daddy's money, and maybe Jedi can speak to this, but those people don't realize MMA fighters, UFC fighters, they don't make that much money.
Yeah, he's a Rampage. Yeah, Rampage isn't filthy rich. We're not talking like boxers and like other athletes, but like he's still gonna have the type of money where he can protect his son to some degree. He's got a successful podcast. He has done well. He's one of the few MMA fighters who's been successful in retirement, but still, this isn't someone like Mayweather protecting one of their kids or something. There's only so much he can do.
Yeah, he does have limited resources.
Yes. Yeah. And with this case, like Reaper was saying, if they actually want to condemn this kid, it's all there. You don't even need to do much research. Just watch the stream.
But the police are so fucking lazy nowadays. Like, how many times you have all the footage and it takes like 9 months to fucking get to court?
Well, in fairness, at least they're not the British police. If it was the British police, they would have arrested Psycho Stu.
Yeah,
probably.
Stu would be in cuffs right now.
While he's on.
There was a recent incident in which a girl protected herself from being raped by a migrant, and the police arrested her.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which one? There's many of that.
There's many, yeah.
Is that the one in Scotland with the dual
That's the Scottish girl, yeah. She had to pull out some weapons.
That one turn out to be not quite what it appeared. I mean, it's representative of stuff that does happen.
Well, they were saying like they might be part of a gang or something, or...
I mean, people going around with it's Glasgow. I mean, not to be too mean about the people of Glasgow, but this is not exactly an uncommon experience to have people heavily armed in Glasgow. But I thought that I didn't read too much into it. I thought that one had been sort of not quite debunked, but debunked-ish, if that makes sense.
Well, the problem is like half the time people cut fake stories in to try and muddle the waters.
Yeah.
It's like UK is horrendous with crime.
Yeah,
what's
the worst?
What's the worst story in the UK that's been confirmed to be true? Because I'm hearing all sorts.
I know one from the rape gangs. They took a girl, blinded her with acid, and then fucking basically tortured her for about 7 weeks, and then killed her. And they theorize that she was cut up into kebabs. No, that part we don't know, but her body disappeared.
There was another one where, because the accusations that the police in some areas are turning a bit of a blind eye to it. There was a girl, I think, like she had gone to the police station to report that she'd been raped. She was picked up from the police station by someone who said that he was her uncle, even though he very obviously wasn't. He took her away and raped her, and then she was dumped on the street, and then someone offered her a lift home, and he took her away and did it.
My God.
And then she then went up in someone else's house, and then 3 people did it, and eventually she stumbled home on her own. Like this kind of shit, unfortunately, is just happening.
Yeah, that's it. There is an upside to all this. Nobody called the police racist.
Well, they were very good at not being called. Actually, no, they weren't good at not being called racist because everybody still says they're institutionally racist. It's just in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Well, it's weird though because like they think counselors and police were actually raping as well. Like everyone's raping everyone.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of conflicting things in chat about this whole situation. I don't know.
That's the problem. People keep trying to like win the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
It becomes about winning the narrative more than it becomes about the actual truth of the story.
I am curious about just initially why someone was following little girls. Just like as objectively, like why are you following and recording little girls?
Yeah, isn't it illegal to pull out your phone and record a fucking 11-year-old girl?
It's fucking weird, man. Like at base level.
Well, when they get off the boat, they are instantly given phones by NGOs. They're given phones, they're given money, they're given place to stay. Those NGOs are usually funded by the government itself. And also, what they basically turn into is basically extra cameras for the government. Because if a migrant will film you, and their police will use that as evidence against you. So they end up being sort of weird arms of the state, whilst also being criminals.
I mean, to be fair, I was asking rhetorically because it's fucking bizarre.
Well, you were saying people need to get the population up. Maybe it's just an unfortunate consequence.
Jesus Christ. I didn't mean that way, you freak. God.
That's not what
Cynic told me to do it.
That's not what you meant.
Population decline.
God. Intent Matters says, remember in seasons. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh fucking I'll just,
that didn't take long.
I'm going to go make a coffee. You guys can go run with this, I'm sure. Intent Matters says, remember in season 7 of Game of Thrones when the gang went on a quest to fetch a zombie to convince Cersei to help them, only to end up giving a dragon to the Nightwalkers, which is the only reason they get past the wall? Jesus.
That's so funny. I love that. That's
just so much wrong with it.
That's the one where having established how long it takes to walk from place to place, like they go all the way up there and it's a really long walk, and then they get trapped and like, hey, go summon Daenerys, who's the other side of the world, and then he basically runs from the farthest north to the farthest south, meets her, she gets on the dragon, she flies her way back, she saves them. her dragon lands, all the heroes get on its back. The Night King looks at it and thinks, oh, I could take all of the heroes out in one go. Or I could throw my spear at a completely unrelated dragon and take that one instead, which of course is what he does. So he's also retarded. What a special show that turned out to be.
In addition to making the dragon stupid so they can actually die in the scene. It's so annoying.
More Game of Thrones questions for you guys. Tay asks, I know you guys are sick of it. Yeah, but since George R.R. Martin likely won't finish the books, what's your Game of Thrones headcanon ending? Mine, Jon and Dany marry and rule forever.
Everyone dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted a dark ending. I kind of wanted the Night King to win to some degree.
It depends where you end it. Like, do you accept season 8 as legitimate, but it can't be legitimate because it doesn't make any sense? So where do you stop? Do you stop in season 7 and then do your ending from there? I mean, realistically, the Seven Kingdoms has to balkanize because it's been so destroyed by this war, and there are now so many leaders and claimants to the throne, and people are so war weary. And the logistics as well. The logistics have been ravaged by the war, and winter has hit, which means no more logistics, and you can't feed an army during winter. So basically, you just get balkanization, and that's it. And it's kind of anticlimactic, but I also like that ending because it's a realistic depiction of the consequences of war: division, poverty, destruction, balkanization. That's how it ends.
Like, Sansa is going to be queen. Like, they go, can I succeed? And they go, yeah, go ahead. Get your own kingdom. I don't care. Why wouldn't the others just separate?
I just, to wrap it up, I just say the biggest issue with The Long Night, beyond it being an abomination of writing, is its goal was to cut off the supernatural elements of the show, the Red Woman, the prophecy about Jon, the Night King. Like, every supernatural element was just surgically removed. So to end the show correctly, you have to have proper payoff for those things that they were setting up for almost 10 seasons. The prologue to the show is the White Walkers, and we never got a proper ending to them because they'd rather have Arya just jump through and boop him with a knife. So it's something that
is the point, though. It's just occurred to me, now I'm going through all of the books, that I don't remember the last time we encountered the White Walkers in the book, and I'm in like the penultimate one of the one he's written. They're in the prologue for the book. When did we last see them?
Is it when Sam kills one?
Yeah, that might be it. That feels like a really long time ago.
Like,
but that is because I'm stuck on fucking Feast for Crows or whatever it is, and it's just Brienne walking around endlessly, and it's really boring.
Brienne walking.
Well, isn't Dance of Dragons the biggest one?
Oh god, yeah, got that to look forward to. Hooray!
And then nothing. Or you'll suffer for 800 pages or whatever and get nowhere. And you'll join all the other people waiting in the cold.
That's part of the reason it's impossible to get invested in those books when you know the situation. It just makes the entire thing worse because we don't have an ending in the show or the books. It's just stuck. One of the best stories ever made is stuck in two mediums. It's crazy.
Well, I had the same thing for Berserk. If you're up to date with Berserk, it's like 20 years of waiting. But the difference is you will occasionally get a chapter. You get little crumbs of the next story. With George R. R. Martin, there's nothing.
Yeah. Not to mention his side projects that piss people off.
Oh, yeah.
I know you guys brought this up earlier.
Frodo's
going to be in this. Isn't that
right? Is it when he leaves Frodo in the Shire to go look for when he goes to Gondor, Minas Tirith, the library? Is that when he's going to do it?
That must be it
when it's set in the book. But the problem is, well, there's a slight difficulty because if this is supposed to be canon to the Peter Jackson movies, which it is, I don't know how there's time for this. Because the Jackson films massively compress the timeline. Frodo is in the Shire for about 20 years in the book between Gandalf fucking off, and then he just sticks around and smokes lots of weed. Yeah. And then Gandalf comes, and then he has to leave the Shire and go to Bree. And that's a huge gap, but the movies don't have that gap in them. So this is going to have to be very fast paced.
Yeah, the movies make it seem like it happened in a weekend when he comes back. Yeah. Is it secret? Is it safe when he was gone for decades?
Yeah, he disappears straight off to Isengard to ask advice.
Well, he says, I looked everywhere for the creature Gollum, but they found him first. So, is the film going to just be Gollum, and he just can't find him. He goes, well, I give up.
Oh, fuck.
But that is how it has to end. And they were talking about doing 3 movies out of this. Like the hunt for Gollum, the hunt for Gollum continues, the hunt for Gollum fails.
Yeah,
the end.
It's the same thing as The Hobbit, where they try to stretch one book into 3 movies. This is just a mistake.
Yeah.
So just
guys, I have to head out, but it's been great streaming with you all. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Nice being
All
here.
right. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Like that hunt for Gollum, it just ends with Gollum getting tortured when he's on that rack going, Shire back.
That's the end credit scene. They'll end right on that.
ESM torture scene of Gollum.
I was just thinking about how it was going to end, and I was unironically thinking that must be it. Like that has to be.
Oh, that is
it. Has to be. Yeah.
No, they're gonna somehow retcon some strong female lead into there somehow. That's what they're gonna be able to do. They have so much room to fuck with the history, so they won't miss this opportunity.
I just hope it's Gollum just being tortured for that. That's the last movie. It's just 2 hours of an interrogation.
Like a Mel Gibson movie, but with Gollum.
Passion of the Christ. Yeah.
Passion of Gollum. He's tied to like a big cross.
Luna Lanel Star says, "How about a James Cameron Hindenburg movie?"
Weird.
That'd be fucking banger. Holy shit. Flamux the Buffoon sends in a $100 super chat. Thank you so much. The best thing, is drown. The best thing is drown men. Am I saying this right? What is frowns is
The
draws.
least you can do is read the man super chat, right?
I'm trying. The best thing, G, is drowned men. What is frowns is draws. Victorian, I'm the drowned.
Is that a quote?
I'm trying to
know.
read it.
Platoon, got anything?
Platoon, do you have anything for this $100 super chat?
I'm Googling it to try and work out what it means.
Well, it does say flummoxed, so which we are. So maybe that's the point.
What is frowns is drown draws?
I am certainly confused, but I'm keeping it on screen.
We're going to Google your answer
for this.
Just ChatGPT it, basically.
ChatGPT, please assist. Them's rookie numbers 500 is impressive. No, I'm gonna leave that up. Thank you so much. That's incredible of you.
Very generous. Still not sure what it means, but very generous.
Even Google doesn't know.
Nope.
It's just gibberish.
It's a Jay-Z lyric, says Ruddy.
Is it?
Is it? It very well could be.
Honestly, rap just needs some kind of translator for it. Like, I don't understand rap lyrics. So
What was that? There was like a rapper's name, but he basically said all the Atlantic rappers are all into gay stuff. They're all bumming each other. He just went, everyone thinks I'm a snitch. I'll come out and say it.
I saw that today too.
Yeah, he basically came out and went, all the Atlantic rappers are just having gay sex with each other.
Everyone's just fucking each other.
It's like, okay. He went, I'll tell all the secrets.
Oh God. Did anyone see this news? Mortal Kombat was delayed.
I think I saw it, but I also don't care. So again, also forgot.
Everyone who died in the first movie's coming back, like Kano's back.
Yeah, who cares?
Noob, so Sub-Zero is coming back because he's coming back as Noob Cybot.
Bring them all back. You can work within this universe, and Kano was the best part of the first one. So who cares?
Is Kung Lao the only one who's going to stay dead?
No, because I saw the hat slicing through the logo in an ad for part 2.
What is the point of part 1?
Are they going to bring back that
know.
original character, the fucking lame guy with the arms? He was the worst part of it. Just you have so many people to work with. No. The OC, the original character they came up with, that was trash. You've got a million people to work with, but you invent some crap. Like everyone forgot his name because he was dog shit. At least they know
it's boring.
Cole Young.
At least they know to have Johnny Cage as the league, someone who's recognizable and like have an actor that people like. So I'll give it a chance.
Well, the problem is Carl Urban is like 20 years too old to play the character, and you see in the trailer they have to do a lot of these cuts to try and compensate that he can't lift his knee too high.
Well, he is supposed to be a washed-up actor, right?
No,
maybe they'll. will they address that within the movie itself? Like, will they use his age as a part of the plot, or are they just gonna ignore it and like
ignore it?
Okay, I hope not, because he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be an actor, but he actually can fight, and he hates that people think this shit's fake.
Yeah, everyone underestimates him because they think he's fake, and then he actually gets to the tournament. That's why Raiden picks him.
Yeah,
because he's like, oh, you can actually fight, and he's also trying to revitalize his career because he's become a joke. He's supposed to be like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. The original character was supposed to be about Jean-Claude, or an imitation of Jean-Claude. I still can't believe how good the 1995 movie is. It's still a lot of fun. It's very campy, but it's a lot of fun.
I would never call them good, but it's
not good.
I loved those movies as a kid. Those ones
fun.
were just like, super fun.
And then the sequel came out, and every actor besides was it Katana and Liu Kang was replaced. And Johnny Cage, the actor, came back just to get his neck snapped immediately.
You know what I found out about that movie recently? The actor who plays Shao Kahn is one of the first guys who gets killed by the Terminator.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I didn't know that. It's so
Wash
weird.
day
What
tomorrow.
are you doing there?
Nothing clean, right?
Yeah. What are you doing there, Shao Kahn? It's such a strange.
He was also like the almost Arnold Schwarzenegger level character in the X-Files that was like in and out all the time. They'd see him often. I don't know if you guys ever watched the X-Files. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember he did play this very spooky character that was this hulking brute of a man that was supposed to remind you of Arnold. I think he was like an alien. I remember him
in Star Trek. He plays a Jem'Hadar and he gets his neck snapped again.
Again.
That's about it.
Yeah. He's the alien bounty hunter in X-Files. That's right.
What did you think of the first one, the Mortal Kombat that they came out a couple years ago?
The bookends are fantastic, and the rest of the movie's ass.
I was so on board with the Scorpion versus Sub-Zero story.
Yes.
I'm like, this is simple, just whatever, let's do this.
Yes.
And then Cole shows up, and suddenly, the movie's hijacked. And the only thing that got me through it was Kano being hilarious.
Yeah,
like, he was so good.
Kano was super funny.
Absolutely carried that movie on his back.
Well, that's the thing. Like Raiden was just an asshole, and he turns around and he goes, "I thought you couldn't break the rules, Raiden," and he smirks. And I went, "You just let Kung Lao get his fucking soul eaten, you fucking asshole."
I really liked the casting of Liu Kang in the 2023 movie, or whatever year it was, 21. But he should have been the goddamn main character again.
You can never beat Robin Shao, Liu Kang from the original one. Yeah. That guy is Liu Kang. He was born for that role.
I don't mind Johnny Cage being like the introduction, because again, like after number one, who else you got? Because everyone's up to date. But like, is everyone just not going to die this movie, and then nobody's going to die next movie, and just keep getting resurrected?
I think
they did set it up at the end of the last movie that people just don't die.
It's not Mortal Kombat then; it's Immortal Kombat.
Yeah, Immortal Kombat. We fight forever.
Well, maybe they're trying to correct the mistakes of the first one, and they want to abuse it going forward. Because maybe this could be like just the fact that we have Johnny Cage as the main is a correction of the first one. If they brought Cole back, I probably wouldn't even watch this.
He is back, but he's not the. I don't think.
If we were looking at a picture of Cole and he had his hands up right now, I'd be like, next slide. Like I
think he's in it. Hopefully he dies.
He is in it, but yeah, he's not the leader.
I hope he like possesses him and he swap places.
He should die in the first 5 minutes, like they did to Cyclops in X-Men 3. Just get him out of there. Just fuck it.
That'd be great. I bet people would cheer.
Yeah, they would. Like he killed Goro, and Goro's supposed to be like the world champion. Like, that's the whole point. He's like the strongest fucking person. And fucking some guy called Cole kills him.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, everyone's favorite villain in Mortal Kombat is, easily in the top 3 is always Goro. And you just have this no-name, made-up character kill him that didn't exist in the games at all.
The practical effects for Goro in the first Mortal Kombat movie, holy shit! It's like actually one of my favorites because he's so fucking scary. He's so intimidating, and it's one of the best examples of like, man, if that was CGI, it would fuck the entire movie. The movie would be remembered for that. rather than the practical working. Like the fights with Goro were slow and shit, but his presence were fantastic. His presence was fantastic.
Isn't Shao Kahn?
It's true. His fucking powers are literal plot armor.
Yeah.
Well, he has that kind of Black Panther thing where the more you hit him, like it starts going red. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's just Black Panther armor.
It looks bad. It's written bad. He sucked. Didn't care about the story. He couldn't act. There's just nothing there.
I wonder how they're going to do Johnny Cage, because like this Johnny Cage should be more of an asshole. Like you knock his sunglasses off and he pulls out a fresh pair and puts it back on.
Like, I want that exact scene report.
That would be
he doesn't give a fuck. Like that's how you do early Johnny Cage.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah, like he just doesn't. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because I like Carl Urban, but he doesn't have the physicality.
20 years too late. 20 years too. That's why I'm hoping that they write around that and his age. Like, oh, you're a washed up actor. You don't have it anymore, Johnny. That's something like that. And they work around it in a realistic way instead of ignoring it. So,
or they get a stunt actor who's clearly not him.
Just switch back to him.
It's possible they could do that.
This chick.
Oh yeah. These are just slides that were left over, so fuck it. I forgot that Bella Ramsey said the thing that always works out really well. Bella Ramsey on critics of The Last of Us Season 2 going into Season 3. I would say you don't have to watch it. If you hate it so much, the game exists. Everyone hated the fucking game too. You just play the game again. You don't have to watch it. But if you do want to watch it, then I hope you enjoy it.
But the reason everybody hated The Last of Us Season 2 is that it did the game again. So obviously that's not going to work. It did the game slightly worse, if anything, but like it's not going to make it better.
That is funny advice. If you don't like it, play the thing you hate.
Yes. She's just lost. Someone in her position should know better than this statement.
Yeah,
like, at least,
exactly. It does paint the fact that she is clueless about the perception of everything surrounding the project she's in.
Well, didn't she say she wanted to play Spider-Man?
Yeah, I saw the
I've
meme
heard
about
something
that
about
too,
that,
with the eyes.
Like they're not even they're real eyes.
But how many actors need to go and like shit on themselves by saying this? It never works. Like, oh, don't watch our thing. It's not the slam dunk that they think it is, and I don't know why they keep trying it.
Well, she's going to eventually fade out into nothing. She's basically being used by Neil Cookman for this to virtue signal, but she doesn't really have a career after. I mean, she shouldn't have been casted in this.
Yeah, this is some of the worst casting of all time, the way it's played out. Like, I gave her a chance after season 1 because I thought her acting improved. She started off like dog shit, and then she got decent towards the end. And then she reverted back to dog shit for season 2. So it's such a frustrating story with this child because I don't think she's a terrible actress, but she's got terrible direction.
A whole season of
Abby a spider. Oh yeah, season 3. Get a whole season of Abby being a dick. Like, who's ready for that?
And then, it ends with her giving up the lesbian farm life to go and not get revenge on Abby by going, I forgive you. It's so unsatisfying.
Who would give up the lesbian farm life?
Like, that's the problem. Like, the world just didn't feel dangerous at all. Just walking down streets and gossiping about their fucking love life in what is like Seattle in enemy territory.
The only thing satisfying about season 2 was just being proven right about Joel's story and watching people experience it for the first time, like knowing it's going to happen. Because I heard about it from the game. I watched Mahler do a playthrough on it, and I could see how pissed he was. But it's just different when you experience it yourself. So even knowing what's going to happen, I couldn't believe how bad it was. Like, at least say something, Joel. Speak. The fact that they established a character trait in him, that he at least he has agency and he would stand up for himself. He knows what it takes to survive in this world, and they ignore all that for his death scene. It's the most frustrating thing because it's not killing Joel; it's killing this weak version of him that you left us with. Like, Joel would have had something to say. He would have fought back. There would have been more to that scene. I fucking hate that show, and I just quit it after that. Like, I have zero interest.
Kirkman has now left before season 3, so he can go and focus on his next major success, which is Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet.
Old Asian lesbian in
Do you reckon
space.
they'll Do you reckon they'll change The Last of Us season 3 so it's less like the game because they now realize what they've done, or is it just going to double down?
I think what they might do is they might try and make Abby less of a cunt, but that's all you can really do. It's too late now because these stories are supposed to be side by side. Like Abby saves it on the island because she stupidly went to the island, got lynched. They then went, "Nah, we're going to stop lynching you," when the alarm went off, and she went back.
I forgot about that.
So you have to link these stories together. The only thing you can do is basically change the dialogue to be less of a cunt.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too late. If they were going to do any significant changes, they had to do it from game to the original 2 seasons. But they doubled down and made it even worse, so they're kind of stuck now.
Ellie's a bigger cunt than in the game.
She's a monster.
Like, she's going to what's the Asian guy, and she goes to him, "You think you're good and I'm bad?" And I'm like, "Yes, obviously, objectively, you're a piece of shit. I want to abandon my uncle and my Joel's brother. You think I'm evil?" And I was just going, obviously.
And I tapped out on the show after the Joe thing, but what I heard is she barely has any reaction to his death. She just moves on and does her nonsense with the other chick, right?
Pretty
I'm
much,
trying to remember. Yeah, that sounds about right. Funny how many details of that show have just disappeared from my mind already.
It's trash.
Well, she's in the hospital and she goes, "What?" And then it just cuts and then she's fine. She does like a goat scream.
Should have been a season-long thing, her getting over it. Like, oh God. Yeah, what a way to just botch the character after doing the worst casting ever. So she's gonna go down. Like, this whole thing is gonna age horrendously for all the people who don't really know the game and don't realize how bad this casting is. It's pretty shocking. Because you have the chick from Romulus, what's her name? Kaylee Spain or whatever.
Oh yeah, everyone said she should have been Ellie.
You don't even have to do anything. She's there. It's Kylo Ren is Snape, and that chick is Ellie. Those are the two that are just like, that's just free money right there.
I said, do you think Abby is going to be able to beat Ellie? Punching that forehead is like hitting a brick wall.
Break every bone in her hand. No way.
She's like a ram. You know those rams that butt heads with each other? That's how it's going to be. Abby's trying to dodge Ellie as Ellie runs full speed and tries to headbutt her. And her head goes through the wall. But like the ending of the thing is Abby going, "I let you live and you wasted it." And I'm like, wasted? You killed her father.
I don't know how they can salvage Abby. What can they even do with her?
Nothing.
And the zombies. I think this was a problem in The Walking Dead as well. Slowly but surely, the zombie threat just becomes irrelevant. It's not even really. It's just nobody cares. It's I don't know how they do that. Like, you remember that zombie in the first episode of The Walking Dead, like the iconic shot? It's like got half its body and it's reaching up at Rick. They never. It was that guy, and then it was all downhill from there. They never put the effort. By season 3, they look like goo monsters. They just
they were just a nuisance at most.
Just like no threat.
Even though they had skulls, people like poking things right through their like brain, fucking skull things, and you're like. It's like solid stone. The skull. It's like you
mush.
You bend your knife. Yeah, like they're poking through the skull.
Yeah,
but like running zombies are really the way to go. You only kind of go walking zombies if they're like starving to death.
You need to completely establish like limitations. Like you have a pregnant woman and an injured dude and a child. That's when slow zombies can be scary because of the scenario. Yeah. But when you got fucking Shane, who can take on like 50 slow zombies on his own, just to start smashing them.
Go kick there.
Yeah.
What is that? The one thing I remember was the main character going, Coral.
No, you know what's ringing in my ears to my dying day? I'll be on my deathbed and I'll still remember Sophia, looking for that stupid kid for all of season 2, and she's in the. God damn it, she was in the barn the whole time. You didn't check there.
I know that's how Kirkman was going for it. I really didn't like his writing, though. Like, not necessarily about the TV show, but the comic books they were based on. I didn't get very far because I thought the beginning of the comic books were so fucking amateurs. I could not get through it. It was really, really lame. and poorly written. Maybe they improve. I don't know, but I couldn't get through like the first graphic novel. I just thought it was fucking horrible.
At least
the
with, like,
adaptations, the first 2 seasons, I really did like though.
Well, at least with like 28 years later, the zombies are evolving, they're changing, there's new things.
Really was.
That they could have explained but didn't. Instead, we're left open to like just watch as the zombie pregnancy and be completely
what
what the hell's going on, you know?
But at
all
least
the
like
theories on that.
You could have done something with Walking Dead, like change the zombie up or like fucking, I don't know, do something new.
Okay, so they had the infection thing in season 1 saying we're all infected, so we're doomed. And then they just forgot about that completely for the rest of the show. They introduced Michonne, they have her 2 zombie puppets, and they ignored that resource for the rest of the show because the zombie should have never been a threat if they could just do what Michonne did, cut off the arms and mouth. But they ignore resources to try to have it still be a threat. And that's when the show just fell off for me completely.
And it was like guest starring this person, and you're like, well, that person's gonna die.
Yeah. I hated how the show was edited as well. Instead of bouncing between plot threads in an episode, they would follow just one story for an episode or 2. So you wouldn't see the main character of the goddamn show for like almost a month at a time.
It would be like Sasha and the fucking dude with red hair just doing some stupid, like just talking for an entire episode. You'd have
awful.
What's his name? Daryl and the stupid blonde chick drinking moonshine in some shitty house for like an entire episode. And the whole time you're like, where the fuck is Rick?
Where's
I don't
Rick?
care about any of you people. You can all get eaten by zombies off screen and I wouldn't care.
And you wouldn't see him for like 3, sometimes 4 weeks. It was fucking awful.
Terrible.
Well, all you really had to do was watch the first episode, the mid-season finale, and the ending, and that's it.
Yeah, the first season is good. The first episode is great. The rest is just whatever. If you like zombies, check it out. But it falls off after that.
Abraham clapped Sasha's cheeks, though.
Does anyone who remembers this show remember how excessive and pretentious and obnoxious Sasha's death was? They dedicated like a whole episode to like zooming in on her face, all for like the big reveal of her being a zombie. It was to try to set her up for Star Trek Discovery because that was her big gig after that. But yeah, if anyone remembers that, it was so obnoxious the way they focused.
I hardly
on
remember anything about her. Like she's so completely forgettable.
Yeah.
I think
she couldn't act in that show either. Like she couldn't act in that show, so they gave her a Star Trek show.
Yeah, they give her her own show.
But like, you know what's mad about Walking Dead? Like now, it's like Daryl's gone to France for some reason, and what's his face? The fucking guy with the bat,
Negan.
Negan.
Oh, he's teamed up with Maggie now, hasn't he? Even though he murdered Glenn, but now he's with Maggie. I think that's how this has worked out.
Oh, isn't that like some sort of weird woman power fantasy?
That's
could actually. It's just another fucking romantasy story. Yeah, no, I'm sure that's happened because Maggie's got a son. I think. I don't know how I picked this stuff up. Yeah, so she's got Glenn's son. Yeah, but then
she's with Glenn's killer.
Yes.
How did they make that work? How? The spin-offs. What are they doing? Like, there's Fear of the Walking Dead. There's the Daryl show. There's I think Rick and Michonne are getting a show.
Daryl and Carol. Forgot. I stopped watching after Rick initially defeated Negan.
Oh, you lasted that long. I
did actually. Yeah. I lasted that long.
They hyped up the governor plot, and it was going to be the biggest battle ever. The governor, like literally, Glenn and Maggie just shoot up. Oh fuck! Bye, Reaper.
Bye, Reaper.
Glenn and Maggie shoot up the governor and his whole crew, and then he snaps and kills everybody. Then I'm like, what was the point of this whole season if you're just this unhinged idiot? The governor, I was done after him because I kind of like that actor.
I liked him too. Yeah. Man, what a waste of a show. I remember visiting the set when I was in Georgia during like the apex of the popularity of that show. I was in Georgia and visited the set. I can't even remember the town name anymore. Alexandria, is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a real town that they allowed the crew to come in and film, and it was all really blocked off. It was fucking cool, honestly. The way they did it, they certainly wouldn't do it that way anymore. I don't think. This was like 15 years ago, something like that. 13.
Oh shit! Bonesaw just reminded me. Yeah, Herschel's death was some bullshit. That character deserves so much better. There was a lot of
he died.
He literally gets his head chopped off by the governor at the beginning of a fight for no reason.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
for no
God.
fucking reason. He's such a good character. Like I liked Herschel a lot. I love the idea of him just trying to be a good man, and he thinks they're sick, and like being forced to take in that reality. And the whole scene with him drinking, and like he was a good character that deserved better, and they just chopped his head off.
I'm trying to think.
Reaper
like,
needed
how
to
the lead
restart
up-
his computer, by the way.
What were we
What
saying?
was the
Platoon?
setup? What was the setup for that? I'm trying to remember because there's the standoff, right? So the governor attacks the prison and has Herschel and somebody else hostage and demands Rick negotiate. Is that?
Yeah. He's being kind of held as a hostage as they're negotiating. But the thing that's so frustrating about it is killing Herschel doesn't gain him. All it does is piss Rick off. It's completely senseless. There's no strategic merit to it. So it's just one of those deaths. Like, why'd you do that? Like,
because the governor by this point he's gone a bit mad. He attacked he attacked the prison beforehand, right? And then they were beaten back. Then they drove away. Then he, because he's mad now, massacred all his soldiers.
Yeah.
But then in the intervening time, doesn't he go away and find like a woman and a young kid who's kind of filled the hole that his own daughter left? So you're thinking, well, this is your healing moment.
But then he goes crazy after that too. I don't know.
Goes back and he's like, no, fuck, I'm gonna behead Herschel. Why not?
You're bringing back all the trauma, Platoon. Because I remember, like, oh, okay, he's gonna go on some arc with his family and find himself. Oh, nope, he just doesn't he kill them or abandon them or something psycho. Like, I just remember he has that moment and then he just goes nuts again for absolutely no reason.
The young girl gets bitten, and then the mum turns up at the prison with her corpse. I want to say. But I think this is after he's beheaded Herschel, so I could be making this up because it's been so long.
Well, it's the episode that Laurie. No, that's not the episode. Fuck, it's all jumbled in my head now at this point because it's so shit. But Laurie
dies in the first attack. No, the first attack because they let a bunch of zombies in, so they have to run into the prison and hide.
That's actually a good episode. That's kind of like one of the last.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really good ones basically throughout the first three seasons, I think. Yeah, and then after that, it starts to become. I mean, the prison itself is it's a drag all the way through, but there's a couple of highlight moments in it. And then after that, it's just
you will get entertained, especially if you like zombies. You will definitely get entertainment through the first 3 seasons. The first episode, though, is up there with any zombie media. It's like just phenomenal. They do
it's really good
job. It's perfect.
But they sort of blend. There's like a bit of a Day of the Triffids kind of pilfering in terms of the setup, waking up in the hospital, the clocks are all stuff like that. That's always going to be it's a classic sort of genre trope to have that beginning. Then also, I mean, the fucking 28 Days Later did the same thing, and then obviously The Walking Dead does that.
Who did it first?
Day of the Triffids did it first. So the John Wyndham book, and then 28 Days did it, and then Walking Dead applied it to zombies, and then Walking. I think this is the order, and then The Walking Dead comes along and does it as well. It's a brilliant opening episode.
It works so well.
But then, because I remember I basically clocked out. I think I broadly watched most of it up until Glenn died, like most people, and then stopped. And then every now and then remembered it was still going, so I would check in. And like dropping in for random episodes of The Walking Dead past that season was hilarious. Because oh, that guy has a giant CGI tiger. Oh, why is a satellite crashing to Earth? What the fuck is this show?
Around the tiger part, that's
clue what's happening.
Nuts. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Around the time we had a CGI tiger is when I'm like, all right, I'm out. Like, because that's I stopped with the governor in terms of being a dedicated fan of the show, and then I saw Negan constantly being on like Facebook clips, like, where's Rick? Where's everyone? Who's this dude with the bat? So I checked
Rick randomly gets lifted up by helicopter for some I have to go now. My planet needs me kind of moment, and then off he goes.
Is that I still don't know. Is that his death scene? Is that what you're referring to? I don't know.
He lives,
it's
right?
not a death scene. He lives, because he's back in the spin-off. So there's an episode. I don't remember anything around it except that he sort of gets knocked out, and he's lying on the bank of a river, and then the helicopter flies over and picks him up, and he's gone for about 4 seasons, and then there's a spin-off, and he's back.
That's so fucking stupid, man.
Oh, they did actually make that finally.
Yeah,
this is how far gone I am.
It's all over
the first one that came out because he's in a city with a group of people who've reestablished some kind of government, I guess, and then he breaks out because he can't deal with being in civilization or something, so he runs away. But I don't remember what happened to the rest of it because I stopped watching.
Would you agree, Platoon? Like, I've always had a theory, or it's not even a theory, but like I just feel what the main substance of The Walking Dead was the love triangle between Shane, Rick, and Laurie, and once you lost that, it was over.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was. I mean, Shane turns mad very quickly as well. Like,
season 2.
Season 2, and it's.
They screw him up.
Yeah, they have a problem. Lots of characters do this in The Walking Dead. They do have these dramatic, sudden flips, and it's not really substantial. I like the idea of what they were going for with Shane, and that they do the tragedy pretty well, but it's so quick. It's almost too quick compared to everything else that's happening.
The biggest switch was him being with that guy. They were trying to get the medicine or something for the kid, and he shoots the dude in the leg to leave him behind. He sacrifices that guy to make sure he survives. And what drove me nuts about that is like, dude, Shane, you could have totally lived with that guy. You didn't have to do that. He just took the easy route. They made him a villain, like almost as like Daenerys style, just overnight, you know? But what they were trying to achieve with it was really significant. But the real villain was Lori, that dirty bitch. She's a fucking monster. Yeah, and after establishing everything with Shane, she goes and says like, "Man, we could have had something." This is like gaslights them into going nuts all over again after he kind of like stepped off.
Well, she gives mixed signals. It's like, "Don't ever come near me or my son again." It's like, "Oh, but we could be happy together. You could be a good uncle." No, don't ever come near me again. What the fuck is the dude supposed to do? I can cut this. The only thing that makes me understand how mad he gets is that he has to deal with her because she's horrible.
She's such a bitch. That's why the series begins with like Rick saying, "What the fuck is wrong with women?" or something like that. He's talking about Lori. The very first conversation is that like, what's the difference between men and women? It's because of all the issues that Rick is having with Lori. Like they establish she's a bitch before she's even introduced. It's crazy, man.
She's one of the it's her and Skyler in Breaking Bad, who is like at the time were held up and still to this day are sometimes held up as an example of they're hated because men are toxic.
No, Skyler's like, 1,000 times better written. I will fight.
But she is like in that situation, you can kind of like the criticism is not quite just a bit. In Laurie's case, she's evil. She's horrible. She's like she is the reason so much of this shit falls apart. It's completely acceptable to hate Laurie because she's a terrible, terrible person.
Skyler, her breaking point was the moment where Walt was drugged up and he let slip that he had 2 phones. That's massive for when she's been like babying this man and looking after him. She loved him. If anyone doubts Skyler's love for Walt, go watch the pillow talk scene where she fucking snaps. It's like one of the best family drama scenes ever filmed. And but her snapping on Walt was completely understandable. What makes people hate her is the whole Ted thing, which again was redeemed by Skeisenberg in season 5 when she was like the most fucking, she was fantastic in terms of her arc. And I don't know why people isolate that one part of it to shit on her. And it makes so much more sense than Lori, who was just a monster. She fucked everything up for everyone.
Sharp asks, do you think The Talking Dead hurt the writing of The Walking Dead? After every episode, they'd explain everything, and by the end, you needed them to.
I never really watched those, so I
thought it was pretty unnecessary. I remember thinking
they did Talking Dead, and then they did Talking Bad, so they did it for the Breaking Bad finale as well. And I also kind of wanted to avoid them to avoid spoilers, but they were fun just if you wanted to just talk about the episode.
Yeah, and I guess probably if I'd been around on the internet at that time doing YouTube videos and stuff, I probably would have watched those a lot because they would have been helpful in the early days in particular. Because it's useful to understand what the writers think they're doing and praising them when they're doing it correctly, and then by the end realizing they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing, like the Game of Thrones director's commentaries. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't know that you can really blame those. I mean, it's just testimony to how massively popular that show was that they thought we can spin basically 2 entire after shows out of The Walking Dead because everyone is watching it and they will watch this too.
Yeah, they were massive, man. Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, they had the entire world by the balls because people just wanted, they were gripped.
What was that? What was the point you stopped watching? Was it Glenn or?
It was Glenn, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did finish that season, but after that season, I was out.
And because by that point, you'd had how many fake out deaths had there been in the lead up just to that moment? Because Glenn had the massive fake out death beforehand. There were a couple of others. Like everyone has this scene where like, so they're dead. I mean, they have to be dead because there's no way they can escape.
You didn't see them get torn apart.
No, you didn't. You just saw Glenn's face screaming as though he was being torn apart, but he wasn't trying to escape while he was covered in zombies. So he was obviously dead. But yeah, you didn't see the
guy on top of him. There's another guy.
Oh, right. That was an extreme fake out where you did see the.
You did see the guts, and he was just screaming in pain because a dead guy on top of him was being torn apart. That's just cheating.
And then he got his head bashed in.
Jeez, yeah, that was. You know what's crazy about that?
Crazy.
Nobody fucking mentions the. I still don't remember his name. The red-haired guy. He died too, but it's all about Glenn.
Abraham, right?
Abraham. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
They both got their heads bashed in, but people talk about it as the Glenn events. No one gives a fuck about that guy.
Did you see Glenn's face? It was pretty.
Oh, the eye.
Brutal.
It was pretty
Yeah,
massively messed up, and also he'd been in it since season 1, whereas Abraham was one of the sort of the mid-season run of characters they introduced to try and freshen things up, who weren't really characters. So
nobody cared about him. Yeah. Glenn, people had a lot of investment in, especially with him and Maggie and everything, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there was nothing quite like the swearing in that show to let you know it was on television and not a movie or anything, because they'd say cringe shit like "suck my nuts." Or excuse the shit out of me. I hated some of the lines in that show. God damn.
Yeah. They got worse as they got on as well.
Yeah, Negan had some really cringe lines.
He started acting like a parody of himself.
Yeah. He yeah, I didn't like he had a couple, his introduction was good, and I liked the build up around him, like just like all the people that were worshiping him. But then he just started to get really, really goofy very quickly.
Because at least like you want to go for like Fisk in Daredevil, where everyone's afraid to say his name.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. You want to go for like an actual build up, but then you see him, he's like, woo! And it's like
yeah, I just didn't believe that this guy had so many people under his control. Like he just seems unhinged, and like someone's gonna be you just don't. You're not a kingpin. Yeah, it's actually the best example of like I could see this guy being the real boss behind all of this.
Well, like he's a very nice, sophisticated person, and then when he snaps, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, but Negan is yeah, he's just comical all the way through.
Yeah,
the intelligence, the resources, and the physical ability. Kingpin had it all. So just really hard to match that.
Flummoxed Buffoon sent in $10 more to go on top of the crazy amount that he sent in before. A super sticker, I cannot see it, but I do appreciate it.
Can he speak English, or is it just gibberish?
I don't know.
Because like he spent so much money, he could have asked like questions.
Yeah, dude, you send in $100 super chat. That's going to give you a ton of characters to be able to use, I would imagine. But to each your own. Let's go, he says.
Yeah, that's the way.
He speaks English on the non-money ones.
No, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Did you guys see this too? The PlayStation. This was last week, so that's already happened. Game systems used to go down in price. Remember those days?
Yeah.
The older the system, the cheaper they became, with refreshed models, updated models, and they do that now, but the prices go up.
That's crazy.
It was $500. Now it's $550. $50
I bought the digital edition for $400 5 years ago. It's sitting right there. I still have it.
And how long did it take you before you had any actual games on it?
I'll tell you what, it sits right there and collects dust.
Same. That's what mine does.
Yep.
Don't even remember the last time I turned it on.
No,
that's why PC gaming just dominates. It's just more efficient once you're an adult. Like consoles are for like, I don't know. I don't want to say kids, but yeah, I don't know. It's not as functional anymore.
You come home, you quickly throw something on. It's like you can't be asked like starting your computer. Well, you got like an hour to kill.
I feel like my interests have just shifted. I don't give a fuck about games anymore. I just don't. And I used to be such a gamer. I've put, hundreds of hours into games, but I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, but we came up through like this really, really good period in basically the 2000s, 2010, even 2015. There is so much coming out to play. Whereas what really is there to play at the moment? There's been a couple of big tentpole productions that you kind of want to check out. Baldur's Gate 3, I keep hearing very good things about. Is it Claire Obscure 33 or whatever it is, which I need to have a look at. But I mean, it's a kind of understandable. We spend less time gaming. I don't think there's as many games to play, especially not on console.
And a lot of gamers play old games, ones that they trust, and they just like have replay value.
I started what I have done this year. Started replaying Pokemon.
It's just good old fashioned fun. Sometimes that's the way to go, and you really realize why they had so much pre-playability and that they were ahead of their time. And a lot of modern games don't last that long.
again, you're like the release time between the games was way shorter. Like Call of Duty, you got a new Call of Duty every year. You got Modern Warfare, you got World at War, you got fucking Black Ops. Now it's like 3 years and it's all online. And that's the problem with online shit since the internet. It used to be casually jump on with your friends. Now you're going against people who are like experts.
You know, you
That's
can't even
true.
play unless you have the internet now. You can't even
Yeah.
log into the game. You can't access anything. So it's
But-
tied to the internet in a way that's frustrating.
It's the same. This is the problem because like it used to be, you used to go on and everyone was sort of at the same level because people didn't watch YouTube tutorials.
Mhm.
Now everyone does. So experts come on, they absolutely wreck you.
Yeah.
You don't want to play anymore, and they get bored because they're just playing each other.
That's exactly it. You're some dude who works 40 hours a week. You just want to play a game on a Friday night, and you're facing some dude who's played 40 hours of that game already. This fucking
In the last 2 days.
The last 2 days, sweaty as fuck, and like
You know,
it's just
the entire map.
you can't even have fun with that. So there's
It's like Bane because you
Yeah.
merely adopted the dark.
Exactly,
I
it's
was born in this.
frustrating.
Dude, you know what I got down to a few months ago? My friends and I were playing Call of Duty online, but we were playing casual mode so that we could actually have fun instead of just
Yep.
getting butt raped all the time.
destroyed.
Yeah.
And but even that got infiltrated by people because they're like, oh, we can get on and just smoke the few people who are actually not bots. So we were still just getting pummeled. It's just not even, it's not fun.
There's a good
Yeah.
point in the chat. Matchmaking algorithms are usually very flawed in certain games, especially the PvP ones. And depending on the algorithm, it could just make you match up with the worst fucking people. So you have people with so many hours facing noobs, and it's just there's no consistency. And even if they have a good system, you'll have people who smurf and will go and want to bully the new people playing or the casual players. So you
And
can't
they're
really
like-
escape it.
You get linked up and they've got all the fucking same clan tags and they've got the. I'm like, oh,
Same
fuck,
skins.
These are all
everything.
teams.
Yeah, SWAT team. They're all on Discord, and it's just like, dude, I'm just trying to play, just trying to
Not
hang
to
out. Have some
mention
fun.
too, like the level of restrictions they're putting on players just in the chat alone. Like I can be in a private chat with just my friends. You can't hear any other player in the lobby, but if you say one thing, I called one of my players, one of my friends' characters called themselves a whore. And I repeated it in my private chat with my friend, and I got a 2-week fucking chat ban.
Wow.
It's AI.
Wow.
AI.
I'm
it's
like, in
all
your
just-
fucking game,
Yeah.
your character said that about themselves. I repeat it, and I got
That's
a fucking
crazy.
chat ban. And no one, I wasn't in public chat. I was in a private chat.
Yeah, that
It
type of
makes it
censorship
so
is ridiculous.
unfun.
Well, didn't
And
they?
I'm like, what the fuck? You can go in this game. If you were like a misogynist, you could go in this game and blow women's heads off. But I can't say whore because that might offend the person not listening to me in my private chat.
I'll never understand that. There's so many games where you can disembowel people, like different type of fatalities, no problem. But if you call someone a cunt, it's over. It just gets blocked out. It's frustrating. It's
Yep.
weird censorship being, and it's the type of games that are already rated R anyway. You think you'd be able to speak freely?
But there's also there's not many I would look at if I was playing with friends. To be fun, because if I'm playing with friends now, it tends to be older, better multiplayer games that are actually stable and that were fun and that don't have much online, if any online at all. Whereas now it's like, well, if I'm looking to play a new game with friends, probably going to be something online. And it's probably going to be, I mean, Baldur's Gate's probably the only one I can think of that's come out recently that I'd look to play. I'm not a massive first-person shooter guy, so Call of Duty games don't really appeal to me. But there's just not much there. Why bother? They're just not as fun. The older games are just better. Like we got a Wii. I got my family basically a Wii U for Christmas with everything, and so we could jailbreak it and just play all the old games because they're fun. And that's what we do now. We have games nights like every month, just doing that shit, which is great. But I'm not interested in anything that's going to. A couple of like single player games I'll check out sometimes for research and sometimes just if I have like a spare hour that I need to unwind with. Because I hadn't played either of the Death Stranding games, so I got the first one and I've put a couple of hours into that just to see what it's like as a way to unwind. And it's okay, it's good, it's enjoyable enough. I mean, it's Kojima, so it's also completely mad and sort of on the nose, but you know, it's still fun enough. there's not even that many single player games I'm looking at thinking, yeah, I really want to play this.
Yeah, it's just we've done it all, and I feel like a resource that they can tap into is remastering iconic old games. Like I would love to see a new version of like Mario Party, Mario Tennis, Mario Kart, put it all in one, like all the classic Mario games. But you'd make money off that if you can get Mario Kart, Tennis, Party, and like Melee all in one package. Like so many people would want to do that because it's just simple gaming for like people who work and can't spend 40 hours a week, mastering shit. You just want to have
that's what the Switch 2 was good for. Is that the thing I don't regret buying it for? Is that it's got the N64 emulator and the SNES emulator and there's a couple of GameCube games on it as well.
Bonanza yet?
I did, yeah, I've got that. And that's the other thing is that Nintendo first party games tend to be fairly entertaining.
Yeah,
Bonanza is I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything massively special, but it's fun enough to put a few casual hours into.
All right, I did buy it, but I haven't even turned it on yet. And but I have heard good things. I heard it's kind of like a Super Mario Odyssey, but for Donkey Kong in a way.
Yeah,
does that sound accurate?
I think so. Did I ever play Odyssey? I'm not sure if I did.
I think that's one of the things that Nintendo has historically nailed, just being user friendly. You don't need a million hours to play their games, and that's huge.
Yeah, they're good fun. That's why I mostly just stick to Nintendo. I rebought a Wii U this year that's sitting over here. I have the original Switch and the Switch 2, and that's good enough for me, I think.
Yeah,
those OG ones.
Yeah,
but
that is the console I'm looking. Like, if I'm looking at games coming out that I would want to play, it tends to be in the Switch store, just because I'm reasonably sure I will enjoy a new Mario game. Or
Hi Reaper.
I'm.
Oh shit! His internet keeps dying.
Oh man.
Sorry, Bob. Well, you can come back when it's ready.
Yeah, so you can pop back in.
And that's the thing, because I see the comment in chat saying Nintendo is trash to their customers. And I do hear a lot of those complaints. And I understand a lot of those complaints as well. Like, it's not nice when you read the terms of service that let them break your console, for example. That's obviously putting people off. But I would argue that is being less trash to your customer than releasing a $700 console with no games.
Yeah, that's just cruel. That is a big issue. Because that's been around since the PS2. I remember when I got my first PS2, there was like 4 or 5 options, and even that was more than what we get now.
Because at least with, say, like, because I had that complaint when the Switch 2 launched, there was only Mario Kart World to play, which is, I mean, it's, and I played a lot of Mario Kart World, and it was fun, but it was only Switch 2 exclusive. But then it does have complete backwards compatibility, and it does have the older emulated games on it. So there's still a lot of use value I can get from it. But the PS5, except where I went to check out Death Stranding, I have no use for it. I just don't use it. It's over there. I've had it since I remember sitting up. I had a little stock alert tracker on my phone to wake me up so I could order it, because there aren't enough of them being sold because it came out during coronavirus. It's like, that was fun, actually. Waiting for the console to launch was more fun than I've had on the console, probably, at this point.
That is fucking true. Yeah, same.
There's no backwards compatibility for this one, Platoon?
There is, but
you can play PS4, but that's
it. PS4 games are on it, and then obviously there's a bunch of there's some indie games that I guess are worth checking out if you have the time to look into those. But I don't really. So, unlike Nintendo, which has massive backwards compatibility, it doesn't have the same library as my experience. Anyway.
Well, Brooks, you were saying like remakes, and the problem is like you either get cheap remakes, which is basically just a remaster. It's like just a shitty update in textures, or you get a full, really good one in Dead Space, and it doesn't make the money back, so they just don't do another one.
Oh, there could be a tricky one. What about Diablo 2? Does anyone know if that was successful? Because I liked the remake in terms of what they changed, but I don't know if it was successful financially for them.
I'm not sure, actually, no.
Well,
because they did Resident Evils. Go ahead.
It's always like a remake, because the problem is the remake crowd is like a fraction of a fraction. It's the people who bought the originals and a section of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that The Last of Us 2, you're not getting many new fans buying The Last of Us 2 version 8 or whatever they're up to now. It's just going to be the vanishingly few people who liked the original game. And occasionally, there's a couple of big ticket ones that will come out toward the end of this year, right? There's new Call of Duty. Is that this year? And then GTA 6 is going to be massive.
Yeah. So it's Black Ops 7, and it looks like shit.
Yeah. And then Battlefield, but then also on PC, right? So probably would be playing on that if I were playing it at all. But you'll see a massive upsurge in the number of people playing these games, because there was a news article out earlier, a couple of months ago, I think it was, talking about like comparing January to June or something of this year versus the same period last year, saying gaming has taken a massive hit. People aren't playing or buying them as much. But actually, if you look at the games released during that period, it's non-comparable. There's basically nothing to have come out majorly this year compared to last year, which had huge games releasing quite regularly all through the year, which obviously affects overall sales and stuff like that. But it is that it's sort of just becoming a bit like gaming is just an event time now. Big game will release. GTA 6 will come out. Everyone will play for a few months. That'll be it. Nothing. You'll go back to your old games, or you'll go back to PC where more stuff releases more often, and that's where you sink your time.
It's tied to the hype. It's not tied to the quality of the game itself. And it's just the replay
too
value.
Expensive. Like,
it is too expensive.
They all have to be about, like, to justify the price tag, they all have to be about like 20, 30, 40 hours, which means you have to be these large open world games, but the open world shit.
But that's one of the things that makes them so expensive. Like, huge amounts of development costs go into making open worlds, which are functionally useless. There's nothing in them. Starfield, massive budget, nothing to do, boring. Why do I want an open world with nothing to do in it?
I don't know how they keep doing this. They're open, but it's open world in the fact that you can walk around and go places, but there's nothing. It's just like, I've been complaining about this for years with these games. Like, what would you say is the best true open world game where it's like actually interactive? Like, I hated that with Skyrim. I hated it with The
Witcher 3 was good.
Witcher 3 is a good example. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom as well.
Fallout New Vegas, I'd say. The way it's designed. Because although it's an open world, it basically funnels you onto a linear path.
Yeah.
So that it's usually it's those open world ones that actually guide you.
Yeah, they have a reason to be open world, and they know how to structure their story with an open world in mind. And then,
well, can you actually go and have spin-offs and different interpretations of the story? Because my issue with Skyrim is it doesn't matter where you go, you're getting funneled back into Whiterun doing this Dragonborn shit. So it kind of.
You have a main quest in like Fallout New Vegas, but it's a bit better. It's like a bit more diverse.
They actually let you have that freedom. That would be nice.
Same as Witcher. Like Witcher, you can choose which order you do the main quests. Like you can go to Skellige first, but it's the same story. But there's loads of like these sub stories. That's what's actually interesting.
Yeah, because you get your, like, I talked about this with Shad briefly. Like, both of us had never beaten Skyrim or a GTA game because we feel like once you beat the game, your enthusiasm in terms of exploring the world is just gone. It's not as interesting. And so sometimes those games are best to just keep that element and never actually cap them off and finish them.
Yeah, it can be. It depends like how much there is around it, because I've played Cyberpunk, but I played it ages ago. But it's had a load of content released since, and I do hear that is like, just exploration and side quests and everything else is so rewarding that is a game that justifies the open world premise, because like there is so much to do that's as engrossing as the main story that isn't the main story, that you don't really mind not finishing the main story immediately. Whereas many open world games have this problem where there's a huge amount of depth to the linear story, and then everything else is an inch deep and a mile wide. That you will go to an area, it will look really pretty. There'll be a small thing to do there, but that's kind of it. So you're naturally going to gravitate back toward the plot. It's
just a trick. Yeah. You go and discover this whole underground world and you think it's going to be a whole new plot and you could be here for hours and hours. But no, it's nothing. It's just a cool little set piece that they put together. But the main story always funnels you back to this linear path, which is just boring. I just feel like we should get past
costs like massively, because the complaint that gaming is too expensive is a fair one. Some of it's unavoidable because like we're still in a chip shortage essentially. The development impact of coronavirus and all those restrictions and all the rest of that did make all of this way more expensive. It's why making consoles to meet demand is difficult, and upping prices is a good way to try and suppress demand, which is fairly understandable. Production costs are increasing for consoles, so that you can sort of see why Sony might be slightly increasing the cost of the PS5, because the cost of making a PS5 have increased quite significantly. Between chip shortages, tariffs, uncertainty, and all the rest of that stuff makes them more expensive. Also, it doesn't help if your games aren't selling, so you need to make your money back somehow. But with games that are open world without needing to be open world, it does increase development costs. It makes them more expensive. Mario Kart World does not need to be a $90 open world game. The open world is pointless and it doesn't need to exist. That game should be cheap.
I haven't even touched that portion of the game yet.
It's the only way you can unlock mirror mode. But to unlock mirror mode, you have to just do the only 3 things that are available to you, which is complete a couple of mini challenges, find some like squares on the floor, and find some magic coins. And that's it. It's so boring. And that's what they use to justify the price range. I'm not against fluctuating prices for games because I actually think prices probably should fluctuate depending on development cost. But also development cost should actually reflect the content in the game as opposed to just, we made an open world with nothing to do. That made the game more expensive, so we're going to charge you more for it.
It should be able to justify it. Like you should be able to go and look into different games and see what you're actually getting out of it, like how much work they put into it if you're going to invest this much money. And yeah, that could be a really frustrating conversation for people who are knowledgeable about games. And you can see how lazy some designers are.
It's basically just padding.
Yeah,
it's an open world game, but not really.
And that's so many developers. Like my main game is Dead by Daylight, and the behavior of the developers, everything in this game is just a plaster fix. They just stick a band-aid on it. They anything new they releases 40 new bugs. They could just never balance it to this degree, and it just gets overwhelming.
But like the Assassin's Creed comment, it's like they didn't have open world as much. It was more levels. Instead of just one map, it was like you can go to this city, but to each sandboxes. Yeah. They used to have that more of a design because of the limitations. You couldn't just do like 17 cities. But they've lost that design. Like I think the problem is like the power of computers now allows them to do anything. The problem is that they can't do an open world thing because I said before, you need to make it dense. And it's not dense, it's shallow.
They try to put the illusion of density. Like everything looks like it's going to be more significant than it is.
Plus, when it's like levels and sandboxes, it gives you a little bit to work with so you can mold it better.
Have you guys, speaking of video games, I don't know if you're a Street Fighter fan, but they finally teased Cody Rhodes as Guile.
He's got the hair.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, he was the first.
Yeah. Does anyone know who Cody Rhodes is?
Yeah, the wrestler.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
He's one of the only wrestlers nowadays that actually like has a look to him.
He has the goddamn tattoo. It's not on his shoulder, but it is on his neck. It's there.
Who's in like who else in the Street Fighter movie?
Roman Reigns. They basically just hired a bunch of fucking wrestlers.
Yeah. But is this not the point I was making earlier? When it comes to male casting, they'll hire wrestlers, strongmen, powerlifters, MMA fighters, anyone you could think of. But then with women, why are we getting skinny Red Sonjas and the little chick they got for Abby? They don't put in the same effort with the casting.
This isn't Goldust. This is Goldust's right? brother.
I thought it was his son.
Right. No,
I thought that was Goldust's son.
No, that's his brother.
His younger brother? Like
yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Dusty Rhodes had Goldust and Cody. He didn't really name him Goldust, but I don't remember his name.
Oh my god, Goldust! That's a fucking like that. He confused them. I think Goldust was my introduction to the first time seeing like a tranny or anything. I just like,
yeah,
dude,
like,
what
right?
the fuck is that guy? Like, what is going on? It's so weird. If anyone doesn't know who Goldust is, just Google it and just be confused as to how this was ever like a thing in the 90s.
Yeah, his dad, Cody Rhodes has daddy issues, man. His dad passed away, and if you ever watch the old clips of him with his dad, you can tell he just like didn't give a fuck about Cody.
Because when you play with me, he goes, "Who the hell are you?
Who are you again?" He always like picked other wrestlers over Cody, his own son, like to train and prop up. It's fucking sad.
Did he like give the excuse, I'm only being hard on you because I believe in you? What he's really doing is just neglecting him.
Absolutely. It was that kind of thing. And what's funny is Cody now at this point is the most successful one of all of his children by a long shot too.
Prove them wrong.
Yeah, well, story as old as time. A man proving his father wrong. What a shocker.
But surpassing Goldust too, because like Goldust, I don't watch wrestling anymore, but he's clearly had more success than Goldust ever had.
Oh yeah, way more. And the fact that he's in film now, and he's generational wealth built through his success in wrestling at this point too. That Goldust probably doesn't have anywhere near what this man's success is. So
no, when you do the crossover into film is when you're pretty high established as a wrestler.
Yeah.
That's why confirmed. Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, almost so many different people did it.
Oh, dude, Dave Batista.
Batista is one of the best examples. He actually is in successful movies.
Yep.
Have you seen
The Rock just had the premiere of his film, The Smashing Machine, and they're heralding it as like his best performance ever. I don't know what kind of bar that is, but
if anyone knows the story, he's doing the biopic of a MMA fighter who, while they were doing a documentary on him, they caught him right in the middle of his addiction to drugs, so it turned into like just a completely different thing. He's got like a whole I can't remember all the details behind it, but he's a very interesting figure in MMA in the early days. And The Rock is actually perfect. This is the perfect role for him. So this is probably the only time I'm curious to see a Rock performance. Yeah, it's kind of like Will Smith and Ali, where he stepped up his game for that.
Well, he said, I'm actually going to start doing movies that I think are good and not just make money.
The Rock, has anyone seen the photos of The Rock or some clips of him? He has shrunk by, I think, some like 60 pounds.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's petite. Well, for him anyway, very petite.
Like Batista. You see, they look tiny in comparison. They're still big, but they look like children when you compare them to the old selves.
It's the amount of mass they were maintaining for the roles. You can't keep that up forever. The best example is look at Eddie Hall in 2017 when he's at his peak, and then he was at like 400 pounds with abs, which is insane. And then now he's at a healthy weight. He's still a massive dude, one of the biggest guys you'll ever see, but it's not an unhealthy weight anymore.
Let me see if I can find The Rock.
Like The Rock can't keep that strong for another 10 years.
Let me see if I can find it.
They said with Eddie Hall, if he didn't stop taking steroids, his blood would turn into tar.
Yeah, he would have died. He wasn't sustainable.
Yeah.
Like someone like Half Thor has the body to be sustainable. Brian Shaw, like those are real giants. Eddie is just a dude who he's just insane.
Steroids like Tic Tacs.
He ate himself to 400 pounds and became like the strongest dude in the fucking world for like 1 year and then retired.
Do you see that deadlift? And his nose bleeds.
Yeah, it's insane. It's nuts. Eddie's statically one of the strongest humans that's ever lived. He's nuts. Yeah.
It's mad when you hear like Brian Shaw and he talk about traveling and you have to buy like 3 seats just to sit down.
6'8", 400 pounds. Like that's fucking nuts. And like the nicest dude ever.
Oh yeah, nobody picks a fight with him. Yeah, nobody goes, get the fuck out of the way.
He's super friendly. Gentle giant to the core.
God damn, I can't find a picture of
Is he skinny like the 90s Rock? Like fucking
almost.
Rock?
It's not. Yeah, I mean, people are saying from rock to pebble, so it's really dramatic. I'm trying to find a good image of it for you guys, but a side by side comparison.
Like I like The Rock because I watched him in WWE and I respected his transition to being a movie star, but it's hard to respect how much he's just thrown away his career in the last 15 years, just doing the same thing. And he's a better actor than he'll ever get credit for because of all these crappy movies that he's made. Like this is his legacy now. It's too late.
Well, he did Moana and now he's doing live action Moana. Like just doing the same film again. They'll get money for it though. Isn't this basically trying to recreate what Iron Claw?
Similar.
Yes, I do believe so.
It's probably inspired by that, but Mark Kerr does have an interesting story that's worth telling. So
it's a weird studio, A24, because they are professional enough to do like high quality movies, but then sometimes they'll do really shit movies.
They're unbelievably inconsistent. They're a coin flip as far as I'm concerned when it comes to them.
Like I think they did Iron Claw, which is awesome, but then they did like a really bad one called Men. It was like I see men everywhere and they're evil.
Well, the big one for me is they made Hereditary and Midsommar, one of my favorite and one of my most hated horror movies. Like I don't know how that came from the same place. It's crazy.
Is Hereditary the one where the fucking
kid
girl smashes her head on a lamppost or something?
Yeah. It's
I didn't think that was I thought it was a comedy at a point.
It's honestly Hereditary feels to be hit or miss. Either you really like it or it didn't work for you at all. That's kind of it seems to be the only takeaway with that movie.
I was
Found
just
one finally. Holy shit.
like, she just starts choking, and then she leans her head out of the window, and then just gets decapitated. I just went,
that was
"What?"
that was a crazy twist for me. It was just like I didn't expect this kid just to get murked straight up. But I think Hereditary is a solid horror movie.
He has shrunk. Oh my god. Fucking ads.
Perfect.
Go
Perfect.
away. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, he has shrunk. The mass in his back, chest, and biceps.
His arms, yep. Everything's shrunk. He's still got the shoulder drape, but his head looks fucking enormous now.
Yeah, that's the problem with these body types. Like, he, without all the calories and the gear, you drop all that, and then now you this is him normal, you know? And look at this cranium on this dude. That's not a good look. Rock the pebble. See, look in the chat. Hereditary was great. Hereditary was dreadful. Like, yeah, that's it. It's a coin flip.
I stopped watching halfway. I just went, I don't know what's going on.
No, the glasses are not helping him there. He does look like Little Rock from... He shrunk right after he left WWE because he wanted to be taken seriously as an actor. And then he was like, oh, this isn't working. Let me bulk up.
Arnold style, fuck this. He actually relied on his talent as an actor at first. Said, fuck this. And just broke out the roids, man. It's crazy.
Well, he did, was it Tooth Fairy? I remember that one.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then the one that made him bulk up was Hercules. And then the stupid thing was he put on about 40 pounds of muscle and then they made him wear a breastplate. I'm like, what's the point? What was the point doing that?
It's so weird how massive The Rock's head looks, because at WrestleMania 40 last year, I was like, man, that guy's got a little head because his body was so fucking enormous. Just to give you an idea of how much this man shrunk. But I can understand the roids, man. Like, how old is he now?
He's got to be like 50.
50.
At least 50.
Yeah, he can't be injecting roids like he is and expecting to live forever. That's for sure.
Well, your heart gets too big, and then you have to go in and give you they have to cut it.
Well, there's also
your heart.
There's also the misconception of roids of just thinking that for one, people think they build muscle when they don't. They repair damage, so you still have to do the work yourself. Yes. It's not Winter Soldier serum. It's not that. So it's like Dorian Yates is Mr. Olympia, who famously was open about his steroid use, and he would get regular checkups from the doctor. So I think based on what I've seen, there is a healthy way to use it, but steroids are just attached to the word drug abuse where people can't see any difference. Look at Stallone. He's someone who's in the 70s. He's still on gear, and it's probably why he's had the longevity he's had. So I don't think it's inherently bad. It just depends on how you do it.
Yeah, but Stallone is nowhere near the size of The Rock. I feel like that is to be taken into consideration too, because these guys are fucking enormous, man. They're like almost 300 pounds of just muscle. It's ridiculous.
But maintaining muscle into your old age is really important for longevity and health. So if you don't you get hurt,
but that's like excessive.
You know? Yeah, he is extremely excessive for sure, for sure. But wouldn't you rather have that than be a frail old man?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Like literally fall off this chair and it's over. Your life is done.
To suggest maybe I would be on roids if I didn't have a heart condition, you know?
Yeah.
I have a heart condition, so I really can't. But my personal trainer floated it to me once. He's like, "We want to get jacked." Like,
doesn't Joe Rogan take hormone replacements?
Testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah, TRT.
So you can basically keep your test at the levels of low 20s type of thing. So you just basically, instead of being a washed 40-year-old, you can still have your testosterone in a decent place. And I've seen that happen. There's a famous case in MMA with a fighter named Vitor Belfort, who got the TRT replacement, and he turned into a fucking lab experiment. He had muscles on his fucking eyebrows. He had traps the size of fucking gargoyle, and he was fucking up everybody. He's wheel kicking people for the first time, knocking out people who've never been knocked out. And then he gets off the TRT and he's deflated. He looks like an old man in there. So for a brief period in time, we had this science project called TRT Vitor. Look it up on YouTube. He was unstoppable.
I feel like if Boogie took some, if you take roids and don't work out, you're just going to become a fat.
It tends to fat, yeah.
No, you're going to be a fat person with fucked up anger issues. You're going to still have the
you're thinning hair. You're going to have
roid rage and acne, but you still have no muscles. Fuck that.
God, it sounds awful.
Yeah. I knew a guy at Good Life years ago when I worked there who I can't find the stream. There we are. This guy named Tom, he had arms the size of Popeye and Arnold combined, but a head smaller than mine. This tiny little Beetlejuice head. It was nuts. And I'll never forget seeing his roid rage. Like one of the most clear examples of that guy is on roids, like insecure to the extreme. And the like they'll snap over anything. The roid rage thing is a real thing, even like the athletes will say, but you have to be able to channel that into your training or anything else, use it for something. But then, yeah, if you're just boogie on steroids, you're fucked. That's probably why he's screaming like that. Holy shit.
I've seen
also like ridiculous to get on TRT at this point. Like I'm almost 40, but like I when I was with my personal trainer, I was eating like shit. I was drinking like 7 fucking energy drinks a day, and I was sleeping like shit. So like my testosterone levels were on the lower end of normal, and he was trying to get me on TRT, and I was like, dude, why don't you just fucking tell me what I need to hear? Stop drinking energy drinks, go to sleep, and eat right.
Yeah, fix the
so
problem.
I did that for 8 months, and now it's like I don't remember what those what the measurement is called. But it's at like almost like 1,000. I did it naturally. I doubled my testosterone naturally, and this guy was trying to get me on fucking roids
because their goal is just a quick fix. They don't actually.
It's so gross, man. I was like, that's crazy.
It's like plastic surgery or Ozempic or any of these pills that they put people on without addressing the issue that got them overweight in the first place. Their relationship with food, their relationship with exercise. You have to address that first. They skip out on that always.
Just
7 energy drinks a day with a fucking heart condition, man.
Yeah,
I was drinking 7 Red Bull a day.
What did you say, Reaper?
I was saying, like, so his first thing was to try and jab you with a needle.
Yeah, that's their first solution, is just a quick fix. And I just, one of the things my takeaway from working in the gym is like,
thank you.
Most people are you're already at like a negative 25 in terms of all the shitty things you're doing. Fix all those things, and you such a significant improvement. But instead of fixing them, they want the quickest fix. What drug? What surgery? What this? What that? Instead of just addressing the issue.
Hell yeah, that sounds about right, man. Yeah.
Dude, you're in your early.
Protein.
Oh, I thought 20s. I was gonna say, yeah. In your early 20s, you could fucking eat fucking fruit roll up and pizza, and you're still, you know what I mean? Like you're unstoppable.
You'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta watch what I eat now. I'm almost 40 years old, for fuck's sake. So.
Yeah, right at that age now where you see the difference, and like I can remember what I could do in my early teens, and just compare the comparison and recovery and explosiveness is just night and day.
No, like
dude, call me crazy, but it's true. Yeah, drink a Coke every day and it's bad.
Wait, so you weren't even drinking Coke? You were drinking like Red Bull.
I was drinking the medium ones too. 7 of them, not the little normal sized cans, but the 12-ounce ones.
Dude, what are you doing?
I was drinking 7 of those and 2 like the equivalent of a grande Americano from Starbucks. 2 of those and 7 Red Bull a day.
What are you doing? No wonder you have a fucking heart issue, bro. You
no, that was I was born with my heart condition. This was just amplifying.
You're just accelerating it.
I think I've had like maybe 7 Red Bulls in my life, and
no.
Just to try them type thing. No,
it was an expensive habit. Let's say.
And an apple and a handful of almonds will give you more energy than 90% of the energy drinks out there. Just eat some fucking food that's not garbage.
Yeah, it's true. I was fucking flying. How do you think I got to like 100,000 subscribers so fast? I just
Red Bull, crunching it down. Oh my god, yeah, you're mad. Glad you cut that shit out.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen diabetics drink Monsters. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh shit! A super chat came in. I'm really sorry I didn't see this, sir. Tsunami says, Cynic, I'm a music artist and huge wrestling fan. I'd love to come on stream sometime and talk wrestling with you if you want to have a wrestling stream sometime. Next time we do a wrestling stream, you know what I mean? Follow me on Twitter or something and we can talk and see if I can pull you on. El Grande Americano. Yeah. Did anyone watch Raw today? Tsunami, did you? But yeah, just follow me on Twitter and we can chat or whatever. And maybe we can pull you on the stream. I've had no offense to you, I just don't know you. And we've had opportunities to pull people on stream when we first started doing B stuff, and sometimes it went really bad. So it's just like, yeah, let's just pull random person on because fuck it. And then it ended up being really bad. So let's just chat first. So
make sure you're not a crazy person.
Yeah.
Well, like, so what, they were like psycho, or was it like a technical error, or was it like,
oh, what happened?
Yeah.
No, just sometimes they were just, I don't want to be rude. They just didn't they didn't fit the vibe.
Bit awkward.
They didn't fit very, very awkward. When they initially asked me, they were hiding behind like anonymity, and then when they come on, they reveal themselves. And I'm like, oh fuck, maybe I shouldn't have invited like some 19-year-old kid who's fucking like autistic and can't really, he's not very good on stream. Like nothing against him, it just wasn't like, it wasn't the proper
working.
Yeah, it just wasn't working.
Live streaming is like, it's not as simple for everyone. It's not just gonna be as natural. Like, it's just, streamer brain's a real thing, and you can't anticipate how everyone is gonna react, you know? It
Like,
does take time getting used to it.
What was your first stream? Because my first one was, I'd never even like done any of this, and Drink invited me onto open bar, and I went, oh brilliant, I'll be on a 2 million sub channel. First time.
Yeah, same. That was my first stream ever.
Yeah, I was like,
I was on Mr.
Sink
Brown.
or swim.
I might have been on Mr. Brown's as well. I think that might have been my first one.
I think that was mine. Mr.
I saw you on open bar is how I saw you for the first time, Platoon.
Yeah, that was the first like really big one I think I did. Was that the day the Queen died? I'm sure it was. Yeah, what was it? The Queen had died. Because now I remember thinking, well, now I'll be able to tell people where I was when the Queen died. So I was streaming on open bar, getting very drunk. It was great. I'm sure that was the same day. Then it was then it was EFAP after that.
Like the first, because I literally just went open bar and I just went, you know what, fuck it. If I never get invited back, I don't get invited back. I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, just speak your mind. Like, you kind of have to. Some people show up and they just sit in the corner the entire time, and it's like, it's your one moment to just at least get yourself out there and do something.
Yeah,
with it.
but it does. I mean, it does. The different people, I think probably a certain personality type goes in for YouTube to begin with, and then obviously you sort of focus test yourself with scripted videos. If you make video production quite often, and you're used to speaking to an audience, even indirectly, it's a good bit of practice to get in. But even then, you know, some people who make really excellent videos and do really well scripted really struggle unscripted, or don't really like enjoy doing live streams. It's not a guarantee. It just helps to have a little bit of past experience, like speaking to an audience, I suppose.
I think I'm 1,000 times better scripted. Live, I fucking screw up all the time. It's just like, you have a million thoughts. You're looking at the chat. I'm still getting used to even seeing my face on screen, because I don't put my face in my videos, right? So there's so many elements where you can kind of like trip over your words. But when you have a script and you can just structure it together, I think it's night and day for me. And a lot of people, like Rags, for example, doesn't script. He just goes and does his stuff. But I just think there's a different element when you have the redraft and it's just a different quality overall.
And it's different as well. Like reaction videos are different from review videos, are different from something like, so some things lend themselves to unscripted and some things don't. And you sort of just learn those things as you go. Live streaming is just, because I'm not naturally a sociable person at all. I'm quite happy. If I don't see anyone for a month, I'm fine. But I enjoy these, but it was more of a learning curve to get into live streaming, because I sort of remembered how to actually have conversations with people.
But it's because it happens organically. Like the conversations that we have here, you know how hard it would be to get the same type of people in real life that have the patience for media that we have. I hope this whole thing started for me because I was the crazy, angry Star Wars guy. Like, look what they did to Luke. Look, and no one around me knows what I'm talking about or cares. So I had to go to YouTube, and then it fell down this rabbit hole and found, I'm like, oh my God, finally people who understand how I feel about storytelling and how much this is absolute bullshit. Because you can't expect regular people to care the same way. They just
one way of telling like how unusual it is as a job and a career is whenever you try to explain what you do to someone who doesn't use YouTube. It's hilarious. I'm going to this thing in Italy for like I went there last year as well and had to try and do it. But like, I'm the youngest person there by at least 30 years. And so you have to do a little bio of yourself. This is who I am and what I do. No one has a clue what it is. They don't understand. But if you tell them something that's relatively minor, but that they do understand, they will latch onto that, even though, because sometimes I'll say, well, I was a journalist at the Financial Times for a bit, and all people will say, oh, that's really good, I want to talk to you about being a journalist at the Financial Times. Like, okay, I did it for 18 months and I didn't care. But, you know, I can talk to you about that if I want to. It's not what I do now, though. Like, I write video games and I'm a YouTuber, but they don't know what either of those two things mean. So,
yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah, they're saying like Discord or StreamYards. You might as well be speaking Chinese.
Well, with your family, did you have a moment where they kind of like, you know what, maybe this YouTube thing will work out for them? Like, that they took you more seriously? Because it sounds like nonsense when you first bring it up to everybody. Like, do you have a video or anything?
Conversation with people, because like my family will ask me what I do sometimes, and I'll just say, you know, it's like when you, like, your mum asks you how your day at school was, and you have nothing to say because it's just another day at school. So I just started doing it, and then it sort of flew off. And I think I tried to explain it once, but I don't think they ever really understood. My mum said, was like, so is this something I can watch on Facebook? No, it's not. But you know, go on YouTube and say, oh, how do I learn if you have a video out? Subscribe. How do I do that? Oh, fuck's sake. I don't think this is going to work out, Mum. Just leave me to do my thing.
I remember telling my parents that I went full time on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, we're so proud of you." Blah 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 blah. And then, like before my mom passed away, I was sitting at the table with her, and she goes, "Hey Matt, what's a YouTuber?" And I was like, "Mom, what the fuck? Come on, man." Come on.
Like, my mum goes, subscribe, do I have to pay for it? And she goes, no. And he goes, well, I don't have any time for that shit.
That's the other thing I quite often get. If I do ever have to explain to family or anyone like what precise type of video I make, says, people watch 4-hour videos?
Oh my goodness.
They do. Yeah, I know. But it's unusual. Again, if you don't spend time on YouTube in that niche, then it's weird to think that people watch videos on these subjects.
It is so true. I was telling my friends when I was first starting YouTube, like the length of videos I wanted to make, I was almost going to be a long man. I was like, I was going to make 1-hour videos. And they didn't believe me that people watched 1-hour videos. And I remember telling them, I'm like, you know what my most successful video is? My compilation that's an hour and a half long. And then just recently, last week, that same friend watched you and I's stream, Brooks, and he was like, oh, I get it now. This is the first time I've ever watched something for 2 hours straight on YouTube because it was so entertaining. I was like, motherfucker.
You got a lot of compliments on that, right? From random people, because again, it was thrown together, but I feel like we did a good job breaking it down. It was just because we were so pissed off about the subject, but the amount of research, the notes that we brought in, a lot of people didn't do that. They just wanted to jump to the drama. But we were actually invested in it, so I think a lot of people appreciated that.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to ask you to link the video.
My mom had dementia, no, but she did have cancer of the brain, so that might have assisted in that.
We'll give her a pass.
Yeah, I gave her a pass on that one. I was like, God, Mom, all right.
No, I was going to ask if you can link the Roger thing in the chat towards the end for anyone who wanted to see that.
Yeah, I'll link it right now and at the end. Hang on.
Yeah, it's side project, definitely a passion project, and just a quick summary for anyone who's unfamiliar with the topic.
Yeah, it's a fucking phenomenal video on this subject, you guys. If you are interested, the best one that's on YouTube, in my opinion.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And yeah, here's the link now, and I'll share it again too. But
it's just a fucked up subject, man. And it's one of those things where, you know, the story's out there now, and we're just waiting for the aftermath of, is this guy going to be locked up? Is there ever going to be any justice for this? So we'll see.
Yeah. God damn. But
probably not.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards he's going to find a way to slip out of this.
I mean, it's been what, almost 2 weeks now, a week and a half since this has happened, and nothing's come of this.
Is it not just massively illegal? Like, how do you do that and not go to prison?
I don't know. That's why I was saying maybe the fact that it's wrestling, like they find some sort of like loophole in the like, oh, we can't go wrestle. How do we know it's not gonna work? Like,
Platoon, it's almost shocking how much context you have to convict him. If you just watch the stream, it's all there from the very beginning. It's crazy.
It'd be awesome. Police use your video as like a.
It can happen.
Yeah.
The EFAP episode on denims and Hassan and React content is being used in Ethan Klein's lawsuit. So you actually could. It does happen.
It's part of the reason I made that. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck if 10 people watch this. I just want my thoughts on this documented. And I really think I made a good video to get all the thoughts like just organized in a way that makes sense and really tell a compelling narrative so you can see the entire thing. And it's just, fuck, man, everyone should agree that's a monster that deserves to be punished. And the fact
I couldn't imagine this man. I mean, I can imagine this, Dave, but it would just be unreal. If he only got community service for what he's done.
It happens all the time, though.
I know.
It's the thing with people bitch about crime rates and stuff. The quite famous statistic that this vast proportion of crime is all committed by people with over 30 prior offenses. And so actually, if you locked up permanently 10% of the criminal population, the majority of crime will disappear because most of it is recidivism as opposed to like first-time crime. But it's quite common. We just say, well, unless it's seriously bad, like you've murdered several people, and even then I think Hassan Piker could get away with that, then you're going to get bargained down to something that isn't really much more than a slap on the wrist. And so, of course, these people go and do something like it again because there's not very much disincentive. Deterrence has sort of been dropped as a criminal policy, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's gross.
I wonder what Stu wants to do.
This is the thing.
This
is the thing that's bothering me is I just feel like they've had enough time to manipulate that side of it. We already know that the wrestling company is covering it up. And all they need to do is try to pay off Stu and have him say, oh, it was a part of the bit, this and that. And like that might be the lesser of two evils for Stu. Like he just wants to get paid after this. He wants the simplest route. He's already suffered enough. So I can see that happening. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Where what I want is that dude to be locked up just to send the message.
Yeah, you might be right. Someone in wrestling might not want to go through that. That would be him thinking he's, being seen as a bitch too, which is unfortunate because he wouldn't be.
The quickest thing for him to do is just take the money. It's probably going to be a payout of some kind. But if he's principled on this, then I think we would have heard of something by now. You know what I mean?
Well, how much is his GoFundMe?
It's at 240,000 right now.
So he takes that and the payments of whatever wrestling's offering him.
Well, it's not, the promotion isn't worth jack shit. You can tell by the way the whole place looked. It was dingy. Yeah. They were hanging out back under like a fucking awning, and that was backstage. It's not worth anything.
But they shouldn't even need Stu. All the evidence is there. Right. So you should be irrelevant when you have all the footage. Like, go take my video if you're watching a lawyer out there. It's all there. You literally prove your whole case for you.
I mean, I guess it would depend if he want to press charges or not, would be a fairly significant indicator of whether things like to go. I mean, one of the things that sometimes happens as well is that people kind of almost on a code of honor will not take things to the law because it's like, well, you can write it off as a misunderstanding, or you can be the bigger, better man and not make much of a big deal of it, which can in the moment seem like the good and noble thing to do. But actually, when it's extrapolated across all of society, when too many people do that, what you have is just effectively zero punishment for crime because everyone's too nice to actually demand consequences for other people's actions.
And if he does not receive any consequences for this, he will just do it again.
But
that's always the risk, or worse.
I think one of the most important points is he had a similar situation with getting kicked in the head and he forgave the guy. So we know he's capable of forgiveness and understanding this. Why did this particular incident set him off in the way it did? That's what I found so fascinating about it.
Because he knew that someone would be, in my opinion, it's because he knew someone would be weak because they were going to allow him to do it. He knew that he was going to be able to sneak attack this guy and just unleash his fury, 25 years of daddy issues on this guy's face.
Also, and like, I'm not massively at all familiar with the case, but if the guy was a streamer of some sort, right? And so you're at an event at which there is going to be some kind of coverage, you're going to get noticed for doing this. If you're worried about coming across as too much of a pussy in the rest of your life, you can put this to bed definitively by beating up a man who didn't know it was coming, which
pretty
is
much what it is.
Yeah.
But the thing that's interesting about that is what you referenced is the other thing that happened was also on stream. It was equally embarrassing and potentially more dangerous. He got wheel kicked in the head and kind of got rocked. This was literally like a Gatorade bottle popped off the head. It was nothing in comparison, and he almost killed a man. So the clout and the pressure from the chat was relevant in both cases, yet this is the only one where he snapped. And I'm kind of piecing together it from what you two just said. it might actually be because this guy won't defend himself. If he snapped on that MMA fighter, he might have been able to fight back.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think he did it. Because if he was really, he was obviously extremely upset when Stu did that, but why didn't he throw a punch then? Because
if he was that upset, he would have done something. It's
right.
Simple.
Right. But if Stu can fight back, that's a possibility of him getting his ass beat on stream.
Yes, but if he takes the receipt, he oh my god, yeah, it's so bad,
so despicable.
It's so bad when you piece it all together. It's really gross. And
yeah, it's the backstabbing.
Yeah,
it's waiting till his guard was down and then doing it. It's cowardly.
Yeah, it's doesn't sit right with me, the fact that Stu is out of the hospital with his case as being so popular, and we still don't have any progress in terms of the report with Roger. He should have been arrested that night.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't stress enough, Platoon, the level of incriminating evidence.
Yeah,
this motherfucker streamed the whole goddamn thing, man, including what he was gonna do, how he felt about it, his plans.
Even us saying that, if you watch my video or any of the videos on it, you would be shocked. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you retarded?
Is wrong with this moron?
Yeah, it's the stupidest shit ever. And it's not just the fact that he should be condemned, it's the fact that they have everything to condemn him and he's still not in jail. It's the most bizarre case.
Well, I was saying, like, Hassan Piker has like brought terrorists onto a screen and nothing's happened. These people just don't get punished.
Well, he was banned from Kick at minimum. And I heard that, well, chat was saying earlier that Kick bans nobody. So I guess that's like the level of his consequence so far.
Well, Kick is just disgusting at this point. They got Johnny Somali. They got all the worst degenerate streamers you could think of. And the platform like encourages it.
I mean, it's way to black on the entire basic premise of the internet, but it is this is all over the place. The most unpleasant part of the EFAP anniversary is always going to be boogie parts for me. I mean, I physically hate those. I really, really, really hate them because this is a guy who, in any conventional walk of life, would not be on television. But the internet's different, and the internet, it's almost like you will sustain a career and maybe even get more popular than you otherwise would be the more despicable shit you do.
Look at Destiny. Destiny's like fucking grooming girls. He's basically Harvey Weinstein.
What's the Destiny story? I've heard he's recently fucked up. Yeah. Well, the most recent drama.
Well, I think this one he had child porn on his phone.
What?
So well, a girl lied and said she was older. She was 17, and she said she was 19, but she was 17. But for some reason, even knowing that she lied about her age, he's kept photos of her on his computer.
Oh, Christ.
So they're going like, yeah, you should have deleted it. Once you found out she lied about her age, you delete the evidence.
Get rid of that.
And he kept it. And then like one of his sweepers fucking basically betrayed him and called the police on him. Well, you had to. Thing is, though, he incriminated you by going, I've got footage, want to see? And he's like, well, you've incriminated me now. I have no choice but to tell the police.
Didn't he just have like a scandal with the sex tape like just a few months ago or something?
Yeah,
like
wasn't he like blowing some dude?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's had many. He was sucking cock. He was basically what he really kept doing is he basically kept getting girls on his YouTube channel like Harvey Weinstein and basically trying to fuck them for exposure.
And didn't he was married, right? And he was totally fine with his wife cucking him all the time, and then she left him.
It's classic story.
Once the 2 years and the green card cleared, she left.
She was fucking out.
Peace. What a fucking loser, man.
Oh my God. What do you mean? You don't want to be with a skinny fat piece of shit unless you cuck him?
But it's like,
God. What do you mean?
Still not in prison. It's just like no one gets arrested on the internet.
Oh my God, Dave, you're right. I remember that stream because he was sitting there like this, just.
Oh, that's so funny.
Wait, what happened?
Him with
watching
like Myron behind him.
They were behind him, and he was like, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. He's just shrinking in his seat.
Man. Everything about that guy is just gross.
He keeps getting
and
worse.
doesn't he have a son who like fucking hates him too?
He's like a Nazi.
Yeah.
His son has gone ultra right wing.
He has a son after all this?
Yeah.
He's there fucking sucking dick on the internet and everything. Like, it's, oh my God.
This guy's a mess. And isn't he like the voice of the left or something?
Yeah.
He was for a bit, but then I don't follow that sphere particularly closely. But obviously, I think Hassan and to a lesser extent Vorsh have outmaneuvered him on the left.
And Hassan dated a porn star, right? What is with these fucking people?
Oh, Vosh had a folder of horse cock porn.
The fucking tax folder is hilarious, and yet again, still has a large public profile on the internet because people don't care. And it's like, it's not it's like horse cock and lolly porn. And it's like, well, come on, like the guy's already a fucking liar, and everybody knows it because he admits it. And now we've seen the contents of his tax folder.
I'm just asking questions. Don't shoot me.
Well, Destiny got ousted because he was basically pro-Israel, and it's the same reason why Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker fell out. Like that's
because they had that really awkward podcast together, and then it turned out, lo and behold, is it the fucking
the Jew and the Palestinian
party? It's like, yeah, shock horror. Hassan Piker doesn't have nuanced opinions on Israel. Who could have seen this coming, Ethan? But again, all these they're all fucking horrible people, and they keep going. But the only thing that actually does get them, is if they break some political taboo subject. Like, you've expressed the wrong opinion on this. Now that's beyond the pale. Don't care how many kids you fuck, but you have the wrong opinion on Israel, so now you're gone.
Yeah, it's so backwards.
Yeah.
Same thing like those trad wives. Like Lauren Southern pretended to be like this fucking base girl, and she was sucking off Destiny. Getting fucked by Andrew Tate, and you're like, you know, fucking different. You are a hooer.
Being introduced to Hassan from the EFAP things, I can't believe that guy has a platform that's as big as he does when he's that.
He's so stupid. That's the unbelievable. Really thing. Besides the rampant immorality, it's the fact he's so massively dumb.
Yeah.
What enjoyment do you get from watching someone that stupid?
Yeah.
Like, he's fucking buffering bar over his head every other sentence.
He's not even a good speaker. I don't get it at all. He's just a mystery.
He leaves his chair. He fucks off half the stream as well.
Oh, yeah, but he will now tell you that he doesn't do that so much anymore. And he totally, definitely apologized for doing it when he was called out for doing it. Even though he didn't do that because he called him out Nazis. He definitely apologized for doing it.
Jay's video has aged so fucking well. And that is still a victory in the long run. Just the fact that you can't ignore it. You know, it did have some effect. So they didn't defeat him completely, but they damaged his empire. Fucking prick. He's just such a piece of shit, man. I can't believe the ego on that dude. And to be in the position of power that you're in when you have almost nothing to offer to society, you're just a fucking moron. There's terrible people, but then you can look at them and understand the appeal, and they probably have some interesting things to say that appeal to their side. Hassan is just a fucking big question mark. How the fuck did this ever happen?
Like everyone in that sphere seems to me, and I'm quite happy because I don't spend that much time on the internet. I just work here, and then I don't go on the internet at all. So I miss a lot of it until I catch up on it on an EFAP stream or something. But the Ethan lawsuit against Denims and who are the other two? I've seen them, but I don't remember what their names are.
I remember Denims because she's another moron.
But all three of them are. They are actually retarded. They are functionally retarded. These are not people who can pass a fucking school exam. They are so dumb. One of them just spent the entire time choking on her bong. It's like, people watch them. But I want the lawsuit when it happens. I want all of this to be streamed because it will be so fun. I want Denims to have to give deposition as she explains that, okay, I mean, I don't care about the law, but morally, it's fine that I steal content.
Because he's rich. Like, that's pretty much her whole thought
process.
Because
he's rich.
The one thing I saw with Denims where she went to debate Jay, she basically just folded on everything. And Jay is just so nice. He didn't come with the receipts. And I would have pinned her to the wall with every clip and timestamp. But Jay just kind of let her slip. That's what I remember. So based off that, she'll do the same thing in court. She'll just do the pretty pass, you know? Oh, I didn't know this. It's gross.
But that previous comment is a pretty good representative, because it's wrong to say, oh, like Hassan and the lot, like they are representatives of the left, because I mean they are very much on the left, but they're representatives of the online side of the left, which is so far removed from anything remotely to do with like left-wing political thought, tradition, philosophy. Like, you can have brilliant, interesting conversations with people on the left and on the right, and you will not get those on Twitch, and you will not get them on Kick. You won't get them basically on all of the most popular streaming sites, which is depressing, because like, this is what politics is now. It's just fucking retards buffering,
flinging shit at each other. Yeah. It's just flinging shit at the wall. It's so gross. That's why I'm like you too. Just like fucking show up, make my video, pop up on a stream, and then I'm out. Like I don't even hear about all that drama and have it consume me. But if it's interesting enough, I'll be like, hey, give me a summary. But people who do the drama stuff 24/7, I couldn't live that life. That's fucking crazy.
The problem is like politics is like you can't just go, that's a wrong opinion. They go, it's just your opinion, man. They go, yeah, but you're an actual fucking moron. It seems to be anyone can just have a political opinion and they can't be discarded. You can't just disprove them. I mean, you can, but they won't listen.
Here is an argument I make in good faith about why a particular part of the world scientifically functions the way it does. I think this is true, but I'm open to discuss it. And then the response of people like that, and it's well represented on Reddit as well, is they will go and they will say, what else has this person said? Has this person ever said something which is blasphemy? Oh, they have. Opinion discarded. Don't have to engage with the argument you've made because you're a Nazi.
You know what the microcosm of that is? It's Hassan getting a good point in this chat and be like, click. Let me see how long they've been subscribed. Have they said anything before? They go and do all the research on the person to judge their comment. I'm like, dude, just address the merits of the comment. Like, address what they're saying. They have a fucking point. Address it. They don't need to have a history with you for you to acknowledge their argument. It's so fucking disgusting, man.
Well, Hassan has to basically carry out like a daily purity spiral. Basically purge the non-believers every time.
Yeah. But he punishes people for free thoughts in this chat. Anyone who has an opinion against his, just banned and humiliated.
People have paid him money. He goes, how long's this guy subscribed to me for? 4 years? Bah!
Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Nobody.
He almost seems to enjoy those more than others. It's like there's almost a sadistic pleasure in like this is the epitome and the apex of my power. You paid me so much money and now you're gone because I am in charge. It's narcissism and fucking maniacism mixed into one.
Being a cunt.
If you've been there for a week, he's not going to be satisfied. But if you're there for 3 years, ooh, it's a juicy one for him. The satisfaction of just pulling the delete button, and then the entire community. Gross. Yeah, the entire community that you thought you were a part of are now roasting you. It'd be like you saying, fuck you, Dave L. You're banned for life. Fuck you. And then all of B-Sub chat, you're like, fuck that Dave guy. We never liked that motherfucker anyway. What does L even stand for, you bitch? Like, it's just...
this is how tolerant we can be, though, right? Like, you can be completely wrong about Andor, and I'm not going to ban you from my chat.
But that's how it should be. I've literally agreed and argued with Dave on like 3 different channels. He's just always fucking there when I glance over. But it's a part of the chat. I'd rather that be the case and have people have different opinions.
Just fucking with you, Dave.
Like, someone gives you $100. You go, I'm not going to read your super chat. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself, piece of shit. It'd be funny if Dave really was taking a drink. He comes back like, what the fuck?
Just fucking with you, Dave.
Yep.
Skin and Bones had sent in a super chat. Anyone see Till KO Luke Rockhold? Till versus Raja next?
Oh God. Luke Rockhold was a successful MMA fighter. He was a world champion. He went into a fight against a guy he had already beaten, someone he literally strangled with one arm. That's how much he had made that guy his bitch. Went in too cocky, got knocked out, and his career has never been the same. Lost the belt, and all he's known for now is getting knocked out. So yeah, this is another case of him. He got flatlined the other night, and just a shame.
Ministry of Dinosaurs says, when H3 wins in court, I suggest that videos within fair use are called in the Klein zone, owing to the Kleins being involved in lawsuits on both extremes of the fair use.
If he pulls off something that helps us as YouTubers, then yeah, Klein zone, give him his tribute, his legacy. But I hope this doesn't fuck with us in any way.
Well, that's the risk, isn't it? It's like so far Twitch in particular, but I guess Kick as well. no one has seemingly no one cares. No one has paid attention to the fact that they are just stealing everything, and there is no standard that's being applied to them. The overcorrection is the risk. It's like, wait, the internet is doing this, says massive multinational company. We can't be allowing people to watch anything of our stuff for free, so no one's allowed to use any of it at all. Like your 3-second clip in a highly edited review will be caught up in exactly the same anti-copyright stuff as Denim's watching entire videos so she can't pay the creator. That's always the risk of the lawsuit, but hopefully that won't happen.
The only thing that makes me the only thing that makes me have a little faith in it is that Ethan has apparently won something in terms of fair use in the past, so there's a precedent for it. So he has had some type of victory in this realm, and it didn't affect us as YouTubers like negatively from that. So hopefully, since they have a precedent from that, it might. Fair use is already a little bit subjective as it is. It's case by case. But I think they need to approach it from that sense. They need people who understand the internet, copyright use. You can't have a bunch of old heads making this decision, or we're fucked.
It is funny how it's basically a stereotype. Ethan Klein, the Jew, goes, "I'll sue you."
I think he made like a similar joke, didn't he? In his video announcing it, it's like, yeah, you're taking a Jew to court. Basically, it's not something you're going to win.
But like everyone just reverted to fucking stereotypes.
Well, I think if the term transformative content and the requirements for it was way more clear for everyone on the internet, it would help. It would help so much, because like, unless you're a YouTuber, you just don't understand all the shit we go through, the filters, the swapping, the memes, the little things you got to do and play the game. I was just talking, my fucking video went down because of CGI boobs. It's some bullshit. You can't anticipate this shit. Yeah, you never know what the bot's gonna, it's crazy.
Or the stupidest thing is, like I did that super cut of my Ironheart video series, and individually the videos passed copyright just fine. There was no issue at all. But when you combine the two videos together, I got like fucking 50 claims.
Yeah,
literally like 50. Like every minute of the goddamn video had a claim in it.
It's a completely different system that they use depending on the length, and yeah, and that's all we're forced to do. We're forced to come up with our own theories as to how to figure this thing out over the years. There's no clarity on it. So that's the biggest thing I want, even for future YouTubers. Like, if my channel gets big enough, I want to help certain smaller YouTubers and just explaining this shit to them. Because even if they have the talent to start and all they need is that push, they need the awareness of like how copyright works and all the fuckery, and just to watch your avoid the mistakes that I've made.
I almost didn't do YouTube because the first video I tried to make, I was getting copyright claims. I just didn't understand why. And the only reason that I have a career is actually because I sent Critical Drinker a super chat asking him how the fuck he gets by copyright. And he gave me a really long answer, and that I ran with it. He was right. Obviously.
So we all have some history with him in terms of a setup at the beginning. So shout out to that dude.
Shout out to Drinker for accepting my $10 super chat, because that's how many characters I could afford to ask him the question.
Help me, sir. Yeah, please, sir. Same way. He's the first YouTuber who reached out to me in terms of trying to use the position he's in to help smaller YouTubers, because I sent him my Midsummer video, and his video inspired my Midsummer video because I was so sick of all the reactions around it. And he replied back, couldn't believe it. And then when I sent him the Jurassic World Dominion video I made, he invited me to open bar after that one. So that was the one and only time someone's taken my video and really plugged it on Twitter, and like definitely helped out with that one. Because I spent like ages. It was like 44 renders I did on that one, just re-rendering it over and over again to get past copyright. Because just like you have to figure it out yourself. There's no system on this that teaches you copyright. It's just this crazy world we live in.
Well, I plan to be Peter Dinklage and not help anyone. I'm going to pull the ladder out from behind me. Any small YouTuber I will see as a rival.
Oh, fuck that.
You'll be crushed. You'll be backstabbed.
The way I look at it is like there's room for everyone in here. There's movie reviewers with like millions of reviews. Movie reviewers that are bigger than all of us combined that none of us have ever heard of. It's if they can exist in the same platform, then we can. It's just
they are to be overthrown.
The enemies.
Highlander rules. There can only be one. Eventually, all four will work together, but eventually we'll have to turn on each other.
This is coming from a dude who hasn't made a video in 800 days, or what did you say it was?
85 days.
Jesus.
I'm ambitious, but I'm lazy. That's the only thing that keeps me in check. Otherwise, I'd be prime minister.
I just know the difference my channel could have had if I had just one person give me some like word of encouragement or anything. It was just such a solo journey. And to be able to have someone say, yo, this video sounds like shit, get a better mic. This is how copyright works. This, the little things that could have really, you know, yeah, because you got to be open to advice in this realm. But
you do, but then this is the thing, because I am massively antisocial, as I say, so I didn't ever ask anybody any questions or advice. So I did have to learn all of it basically from scratch.
Yeah.
Took probably longer than it otherwise would have done. And like, it's not just navigating copyright. I think the first time I ever did a video, because I had to teach myself Premiere Pro from scratch as well. I'd never done any video editing before. So it's like, it's absolutely fine if I upload a video with like tiny, minuscule 380p clips in the middle of it, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, everyone has to start off rough, like whatever you can do. And just no one's first video is going to be super polished, but the heart's there, right? And yeah,
I remember, I've gone through. I think Drinker was the only YouTuber I asked a question, and otherwise I just like watched a shit ton of, you know, how to become a YouTuber kind of videos, like what things meant, what analytics even meant, all that bullshit. And I've tried to pass on that knowledge to a lot of people. What I think. What I'm best at is the analytics portion of it. So I try and pass all that on, the importance of titles, thumbnails, all that kind of stuff. It seems really simple and basic, but it's not at all. Because if it was, everyone would be able to do it. So I try and like simplify it and hand that stuff down to as many people as I can when they ask a question.
Yeah. That's different than script structure. Like that's all your creative work going into it. That's different. It's just, that's a fair bit of assistance, because it's hard to get that clarity at the beginning. You don't see the big picture.
I just wing it.
Yep.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I never even Googled a video.
Well, it's working for you, so.
Well, that's how I get through life, on a breeze.
Well, you just wing it. You have to wing it sometimes. Like I taught myself editing when I was like 15, doing MMA and anime videos, like just like tribute videos and whatnot, you know. Sydney Sweeney hack, yeah, that's definitely one.
Yes, the Cynic school of YouTube analytics. You're damn right.
Boobs and thumbnails is good advice. Always have boobs and thumbnails if you can possibly get away with it. If not, funny faces. Funny faces are also good.
Don't forget the red arrow. The red arrow is my
red arrow's good.
Used a red arrow, but I hear good things about it. Maybe
I think I would break out the red arrow one day, but I'm never doing YouTuber face. I'm never doing that.
Maybe I'll do it. Oh God, no,
I will never do that.
Can't do it. Just if you see me do that, just delete and block. Don't.
Now I am become Wojak. Just no.
I just can't. No disrespect to anyone who does that. I personally just can't.
Massive disrespect to everyone who does that. Don't do it. It's horrible.
Keep all titles to 45 characters or less, and make sure they're at a third grade reading level only.
Oh man.
I just try to do the Wojak face. You end up looking like Mr. Beast, and it's like every thumbnail is dead behind the eyes because he's sat there for hours just making stupid faces. And I say that as though that's about it. Evidently, it's worked for him, but I have no respect for it, so you shouldn't do it.
He's got a creepy face, Mr. Beast. He does that kind of weird half
hollow,
smile.
Uncanny Valley. He looks like AI. He just doesn't look like a real person.
You know, like Arnie. Arnie in T2 does a better smile. You know, he goes, "Come on, smile."
Yeah, it really does. It's more natural. But then look, Gary is a good example. Like, so Drinker, he's always kept his thumbnails super basic. It's a success for him. Where Gary, I think one of the big turnarounds for his massive jump to success was the quality of the videos and thumbnails just overnight switching with Gary Chan. So he's got his branding down like really significantly from there. So
you know what I brought to YouTube? My big claim to fame. I was putting. Thank you. You know. Thank you.
I know.
What?
I put poop on a thumbnail. I was like, I brought the potty humor to extreme levels. Poop, turd, an actual poop emoji on the thumbnail. Yeah, that was my contribution to this niche.
I'd always just try to find something super funky. Like one of my favorite ones is the Dominion one. It's Chris Pratt in a suit riding a raptor shooting a gun with the American flag. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? It's such a fever dream of a picture, but I love it. Slap it in.
The closest I got to that was putting like I turned Ahsoka's face into an ass.
That's my favorite thumbnail of yours.
Because I did that with the Mr. Brown guys. I think Mr. Brown took a photo of a peach. I think that's how this worked. A peach that looked like an ass. That's one of them. And then someone else did one as well because they used Photoshop to do it. But the weird thing is, one of those got age restricted because it read the ass face as an ass. But the other ones didn't. So the thumbnail for one of them is now no longer an ass because the thumbnail was deleted from YouTube by YouTube, but the others are fine.
That's actually hilarious. You just don't know what's gonna happen, man. Like even me, I was sharing this with Platoon after the TOS issue where it was basically the CGI tits that got my video blocked. In order to have the warning go away, you have to take like sensitivity training. So I had to do this like 7-question quiz.
This is why boobs are racist.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. And you wouldn't. I failed a lot of the quiz because I'm like, what is this shit? I can't understand your rules. What they consider artistic merit and over sexualization is completely inconsistent. So you can have fetishes and all sorts of weird things, but if there's artistic merit to it, it's fine. But what qualifies as artistic merit? They don't explain. So even in their questionnaire,
this is what it's one of the most famous debates in like legal philosophy is what constitutes the line between art and pornography.
Yeah,
and it's famously not drawable. There's the Supreme Court justice, I don't remember which one it was, who said, I can't define pornography, but I know it when I see it. And that's that is actually the legal standard that's usually used now for whether something is gratuitous pornography or whether it's artistic value. There is no actual definition because the line blurs so easily.
Well, YouTube's definition is it for sexual gratification or is there artistic or is it for a document artistic merit?
It's anything
or
can be sexually gratifying.
Exactly. And this is why I was saying, I'm like, I'm even more confused after taking the quiz because I feel like my video shouldn't have went down. It's a CGI fucking gobbledygook monster. That's not sexually gratifying for anyone. It's a nasty scene. Some
people probably find the naked old woman in The Shining sexually gratifying, but that doesn't make that pornography.
Exactly. I went in thinking, fuck it, I'll delete it. I will follow the rules. Did the quiz, learn what they consider sexual gratification, and by the end of it I'm like, I should just appeal this because this is some bullshit. Mine doesn't, like, just on principle I should not have my video removed. It's CGI tits, it's not sex. And yeah, it's so you basically, my point is YouTube doesn't know what it's doing, so anything, whether it's a peach or CGI grandma titties, they can be interpreted as sex, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, every time I upload a video, it goes, is there any swearing in this? And I go, no. And it basically goes, your accuracy score is incredibly low.
Oh,
we don't trust you.
Yeah. Don't lie to them, man. That actually is probably one of the better formats that they have, because if you're consistently accurate, then they can trust you.
I don't know why we treat you that way, dude.
I say whatever I want.
In my Thor Love and Thunder sucks video, I say fuck 67 times in 17 minutes, and it is fully monetized.
In my Echo video, I called the fat blonde chick who gives her foot back. I called her every fat joke I could possibly think of. Like everything. It's one of the only videos I got in trouble for fat shaming because I just hammered this fatty. Like she just was so terrible because I love escape scenes. You know, they're epic. Kill Bill, the bride in the fucking coffin. Sarah Connor's escape in T2 is just legendary. And then you have this fat fuck in the Echo show who gives her boot back that allows her to escape, where she just pulls out a knife and just casually escapes. It makes no sense.
I remember her.
You remember that? That stupid idiot. So it's like, you are the reason for the dumbest escape scene I've ever seen in my life. I am going to fucking hammer this character. But if you call a female fat, even if she's a balloon, you're an assoul. So
she got a flight. I called her Chungus Goonette, I think was the name I gave her.
I refer to her as the round one, the fat one, this round motherfucker, big Chungus, the fat chick. Whatever I could think of, but I just kept doing it. But the whole purpose was, the joke was that I would use a different fat joke every single time. So people either loved it or said I was fat shaming. And I'm like, I will fight everyone in the chat. What is fat shaming? Because if I call a skinny person skinny, you wouldn't have an issue. Short person short, you wouldn't have an issue. But this fat motherfucker who did something so stupid, I can't even believe it. I can't call her fat. Get out of here.
It's true.
It's weird when fat people act like they're like a separate race or like a weird an ancient people. Go, my people have been offended.
Yeah, this ancient fucking race that can't be disrespected in any way, and it's strange. Buddies, like if you have a group of friends, you know each other very well, you hang out, you do your thing. You haven't seen Buddy for 6 months, and he comes and he's a fat fuck. You, as a friend, are gonna be the first person to say, like, Paul, what the hell happened to you? Like, come on, like we know what you look like. Clearly, letting yourself go. And it's a positive thing. You need to be shamed sometimes by the people you trust. But nowadays, that would be fat shaming. You should just accept his truth or whatever fucking flab he shows up with. Accept him, even if he looks like shit. He's unhealthy.
Because this thing, right? With apologies to, I mean, it's by statistical probabilities, the two ladies in chat, but like it is more of a women thing than it is a man thing. Like, guys, if you call them fat, it's either funny or you are telling them that they are too fat and they will lose weight. Whereas it is more common for women to find it very offensive, and like fat shaming, like as a term, arises out principally, I think, of that. It's more defensive. Also, you're too nice to each other, two ladies in chat. Like when someone turns up and they look like someone tried to vacuum pack away, then you don't tell them. Yeah, you need to tell them they're fat. Too fat for that dress. You should not be wearing leggings when I can count the rolls. Like,
you nailed it.
It's just wrong.
They will encourage her and say, "Oh, don't say anything. She looks good. Do your thing, queen." Where guys, on the other hand, will be like, "Bill, what the fuck are you wearing, man? You can't."
Oh, dude, when I graduated high school, I gained like 50 pounds. I remember someone stomping me like they hadn't seen me in like 6 months. They're like, "Matt, you're fucking fat. What happened?
Yeah, what happened to you?"
I was like, "Oh my god." But goddamn right, I lost that weight. I started running the next day.
Yeah, immediately.
Didn't want any of that.
You'll be planning your weight loss routine, and you'll be starting it on the next day. It's that quick. Like, shit, I am a fat motherfucker. I
was like,
do something about it.
All right, well, I'm gonna stop eating fucking pork fried rice every day, and I'm gonna jog a few miles every day, I think.
And it's like the wife trap when they ask the husband, "Do I look fat?" Like, what do you do? What do you do in that situation? You're fucked. Yeah, you're fucked either way. If you say no, then she's just gonna get fatter. There's nothing you can do about it. If you say yes, she's pissed. She's not gonna handle it in a real way, because if she even needed to ask, you know what I mean? You're just screwed all the way. Bizarre how these things go.
It is funny. You get a fat person, and you put the beeping noise when they walk backwards, like a truck reversing.
But I prefer fat people with confidence, people who know they're fat. This is my body type, and they have a good sense of humor about it. And like, those people are always awesome. Like, instantly, nobody does fat jokes maliciously with them. But it's the people who are completely delusional about their body type and wear things that are inappropriate for them, to the point where it just makes everyone uncomfortable. You know, there's just lines when it comes to fatties.
You know, because fat women, as we said before, it's like, "Oh, your thighs are really thick and muscular," and they're giving these compliments, but they're actually insults.
Yeah.
Ooh, you could really eat a lunch, can't you?
No, it's thick boned. Or big boned is probably one of the worst coping terms ever. It's just like, "Oh, you're just big bone." No, you're a fatty. There is true that some people are gonna have like that body structure that's going to be very hard to, like, not every woman is going to be able to have a slim hourglass figure, but the big bone thing is just an excuse for being a fatty. Like, I'm sorry.
100%. Christ. Well, geez, it's almost 10 o'clock here. What time is it where you are, Platoon?
Oh shit, oh no, it's going up for 3 and I've worked. Oh god.
Yeah, this is like one of the longest ones we've ever done. How did this happen?
I know. Well, if I hadn't stopped us, I feel like we would have kept going here.
Yeah, 100%. So more to talk about. We're just getting into fatties. Reaper could have went for another hour, bro. Oh shit.
Well, let's call it where it's at, gentlemen. 2.5 hours in. I think that's good for an extra stream. So damn. Chat, you've been awesome. Thanks for sticking with us. Pretty steady number the entire time. Really appreciate you guys. And thanks for all the super chats, especially the $100 one from what's his name? I can't remember. But I do remember
your money, whoever the fuck you are.
Thanks for your money, whoever you were. However, you certainly left a mark, because I was super fucking confused by your super chat. So thanks for that. Thanks.
Something buffoon, but
Buffoon.
befuddled.
Flummoxed buffoon,
Flummoxed.
87.
I think it was bamboozled or flummoxed. Yeah, flummoxed buffoon.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Flummoxed buffoon, 87.
There we go. Remember the name.
Yes. No, thank you for that. And I guess we will just catch you guys on the next one. We'll see you next week at 4 Eastern. Oh, yes. And before we do go, let me put your link for your Raja Jackson video.
Yeah, let me chuck out there. Chuck it out there one more time. Anyone who
Yeah.
didn't hear us earlier, video on the Raja Jackson situation and other famous crash outs. Quick video. I think it's a really solid video compared to a lot of the ones I've seen. Check it out. It's thorough.
Yeah. Please check that video out. I just put it in the chat. It's fucking excellent if you are interested in the topic. So, but other than that, we will see you next week, guys. Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Fuck you.